mic on Sunday nights presenting you with 2020 Visions. So join us this day and every Sunday night with the Mirror the Songstress on Blog Talk Radio, a for sure way to start your week off right. 2020 Visions on Drip the Mic.
It's Amira the Songstress. No regret. You're tapped into 2020 Vision on Drip the Mic Network. All is well. Stay focused. Hey. Yes! We have made it another Sunday. Yes, besides whatever the world is going through. I'll tell you what we're going through. We're going through healing. That's what's happening. You know, we talked about it, didn't we? We healing ourselves, you know. I want to welcome everyone to 2020 Vision. You are tuned in to Drip the Mic Network on 2020 Vision. And today we got a wonderful show for you. And I am so hyped. Yes. One of my favorite people is in the building. But first, I have a few shout outs I would like to do. As always, got my paper this time, y'all, so I won't be looking down the whole time. My PA got on me about that. She was like, you was looking down the whole time. They want to see your eyes. Here's my eyes. To all my people on Facebook, what up? You out here? Yeah. Want to shout out, first of all, Leah Fleming for beating his face. She did this makeup, y'all. She did this thing. Yes, honey. Also, Brianna, that's my hair dresser. She's over in, what area do I go all the way over to? Is it Norwood? What's that area? Anyway, she's out there, Brianna. Her IG is BRANNAXSHEHEE. Get at her. Leah Fleming, she's the makeup artist. Her IG is ILUVVLEE. Definitely. Also want to give out a shout out to DJ Vlad, Vlad TV. He showed this story. Well, this is where I first saw this story of the man licking the deodorant in Walmart. Take a look at this real quick, you guys.
Who's scared of coronavirus or licking the items? Warrenton police have not released the man's name.
Yeah, so, and you know, we don't know his name. We don't know this fool, but he out here trying to incite a riot. You know, we don't know what's going on out here, but you know, that don't look safe to me. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't look safe. So shout out to the police. Now, see, I don't always agree with what the police do. But on this one, shout out to them. Shout out to you, police, for arresting his ass. And he has pending charges right now. So just want to give a shout out to the police. I know that we ain't going to get a lot of those. So I'm going to shout y'all out right now while I can. Good on you for doing that. Also, I want to give a shout out to Cookie Kawaii. Yeah, she is blowing up right now. She has this song called Vibe, and the funny thing is, it started out as an interlude, and it's like a 1 minute vibe. Basically, that's what it is. It's a vibe. So it's going viral. Like everybody on TikTok is getting into it. Let me see that little clip right there when they were like just getting into this song. I like this song. Back, hey, throw it back. That's Cookie Kawaii Vibe. Check her out. She's on Spotify and every other platform you want to look at. She's there. She's on iTunes, Apple Music, Rhapsody, and that's that vibe. She has that vibe. All right, so I would like to go into my commentary about today's show. This one is called That's Hilarious, named after a segment that we have on this show. And as you guys know, this show is to highlight music, comedy, acting, and spirituality. And so today on That's Hilarious, we gonna laugh. We gonna do the damn thing. You know, I love to laugh. I love to smile, and I love being happy. I'm happy to do this show today and every Sunday. It makes me smile because I'm glad to have the opportunity to show off all my talented friends, and I get a chance to connect. See, last week we talked about uplifting and uplifting our spirit, and today is no different. We learned that there's power in a smile, and we all know that there's healing in laughter. Happiness is universal. It's what we all want. If I can help bring laughter, love, and light to everyone that's watching and listening tonight, then I will have accomplished the goal of this show, which is 2020 vision, baby. Yes. I'm staying focused on my dreams, and as the path gets brighter, I know it's because all my flames are lit. I know y'all out there lit. And just like that, I can see my way through. Today, I have brought another light bringer with me to help us focus. It's lit right now. Oh, no, it's lit right now. Believe me when I say it's time for That's Hilarious.
Kick it! I ain't scared of you, mother.
Where my bitch? Can't we just say employee?
Oh, girl, I'd be in trouble if I left you now. I was getting some head. Cut it off right now before I come there and get some head out of all of you.
This shit here, niggas. This shit's called death.
Fuck what Hollywood say. You, that ass is protection. You understand what I'm saying? That's the way you was made. You was made thick to deal with this dick.
Oh, what happened? I wanted to hear the rest of it. No, put that back on. No, put that back on. Put that back on there. Yeah, let's get that. Hey, everybody on IG Live. We haven't, we working this thing out. A couple of technical difficulties, but we working this out. We got Evan Lionel in the studio. Man, I've been waiting to do this interview right here. Man. He is, first of all, he's a great friend of mine. Are we ready with that clip? We ready? Okay, let's go back because we got to give this man his propers. This is why I love this man.
Kick it! I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers.
Where my bitch? Can't we just say employee?
Oh, girl, I'd be in trouble if I left you now. I was getting some head. Cut it off right now before I come there and get some head out of all of you.
This shit here, niggas. This shit's called death.
Fuck what Hollywood say. You, that ass is protection. You understand what I'm saying? That's the way you was made. You was made thick to deal with this dick.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we gonna laugh today.
Hilarious.
Hey, give him his propers. This man, I've known him. I don't even want to see. I'm gonna start telling my age, but it's all good.
You started when you was a baby.
When I was a baby.
You was a little child.
I was a little child. I think it was 2003, 2004 when we met.
Wow, you were in third grade.
Yeah, and it was and it was my first time, in Cali. Like it was my first time around. Cali is one of those places where you got to come back and do it again. You got to regroup yourself. You come the first time and you be like, oh shit, and then you get kicked in the ass a few times.
Go away and come
and
back.
you go away and come back. It's like that no good for nothing ass boyfriend. You should leave that nigga. You you should leave him, but you can't. Oh my God, Evan Lionel, you've seen him on BET. You've seen him on Kevin Hart's One Mic Stand. You've seen him on First Amendment, Who's Got Jokes, Def Comedy Jam All-Stars, Comic View Reoccurring. You've seen him on Born Free, Syndicated, Nightman, Taking It to the Streets, Pacific Blue, LA Heat. Wow. You've seen him in all the club appearances in the LA area. Wow. You've seen him live in concert at the Red Magnet Entertainment, Core Group Entertainment. Yeah. You've seen him in Grace Entertainment. You've seen him internationally speaking at Bloomsbury Theater. You've seen him featured with Chris Tucker, Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, Tommy Davidson, J. Anthony Brown, Paul Mooney, Adele Gibbons, Michael Coyer, Myra J., and Jetta Jones. And now you can see him right here on 2020 Vision.
I've done all of that.
My friend.
In
my
30
brother.
years.
Yes. My friend and my
We've
brother.
been here for 30 years.
Evan Lionel. Yeah. Y'all give it up.
Wow.
Yes. You've done a lot of stuff, brother.
in a small amount of time.
In a very small.
Very small. We were so young.
We was 10.
Exactly. It's good to see you.
You
yeah.
as
Wow.
well.
Wow.
How you been?
I've been good. Out here doing a lot of great things, making people laugh all over the globe. You know that, like you sing
Yes,
all over the
yes,
globe.
yes,
so,
yes.
There it is. Yeah.
And so, how you been handling this weather that we in?
The LA weather is actually beautiful.
Okay.
And I'm starting to think this could have been a ploy of the government.
Okay.
Because the traffic was so bad
I
before
know.
this happened.
It was like, forget that.
Before this happened, it would have took me 2 hours to get to Burbank.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Right.
405, it took me 15 minutes.
Isn't that beautiful?
And the 405 was empty.
Yeah.
When have you ever seen the 405? Oh, come on.
Never.
man. Wow.
Never.
Wow.
Never at all. What you?
And the air is clear too. Have you looked at the sky? No smog. No smog in LA. It's
Now,
a new day.
that is amazing.
Yes, I think this was a ploy of the government, and I'd like to thank you guys for clearing up the smog and getting rid of the traffic. Now, if we could get things back to normal so that just the few of us can drive around
That's
LA,
right. That's right.
then we'd be good.
And make these power moves.
exactly.
Make these money moves, baby.
Wow.
So, but you feeling good? Your family feeling good?
I'm good. Family is good. Reached out to my little mother in Chicago.
Yes.
Chicago is shut down. And this is the thing that I really don't understand about this whole situation. Like they'll say 41 deaths in a certain city, right? That's a summer in Chicago. Okay,
That's the thing I was thinking
summer
too,
in
because I'm from
Chicago.
Detroit, right? And that's what I was
Right.
thinking. I was like, well,
Yes.
I mean, when
What's
even
the
with
panic about?
right, because
That's
like
a summer hanging out at the park.
that's right.
So I'm starting to wonder what's really going on, and this has happened during re-election time, and Trump
Yeah.
is the president. This is scary, y'all.
He trying
What
to give us
kind of
some
trick
money and all kinds of
is
stuff.
is the orange man up to? Like for real, it looked like we being tricked, like we being bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok, led astray. Somebody tell us what's really going on.
You know, when you said the orange man, I thought of remember the big Kool-Aid
the
man
big-
that used to
big
come.
orange
Kool-Aid man used to
yeah,
come
he
out.
was
It's
red.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about when you said that.
Donald Trump could only wish that he was loved like Kool-Aid.
Right, because we
Oh
know
my
we love
God.
Kool-Aid, and
Yes,
we can't
we
say the
love
same.
Kool-Aid, but we can't say the same about 45. That was the last time in history I'll ever mention his name, so I hope you guys enjoyed it.
That's it, y'all. Y'all heard it. That's the last time now when y'all see him at the Savoy.
Or any other theater, I will not be mentioning his name.
His name. Wonderful.
And just want to say hey to all my folks out there live and Facebook watching. I appreciate y'all joining me and the great queen right there. Y'all see her right there looking just as gorgeous as ever. And if you have not heard this woman sing, trust and believe you have not heard any real singing. Trust me on that.
God. How did I get a plug like that?
Hey, 'cause
It's
you
about
can
you.
sing.
Thank you so much.
We have done many shows
You're
together.
right.
You
You're
can
right.
sing.
You're right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But back to you,
Okay.
Mr. Evan Lionel. I want to take them on the journey. I know a lot of people know you, and I know you've played with a lot of the great legends, and they played for you as well. Sometimes, the thing about this industry, sometimes it's switched. Sometimes you open it up, and sometimes they open it up for you.
Very true.
So you've pioneered through this industry, and I know you came from Chicago. But can you tell me about that journey when you first decided to strike out to fulfill your goals and your dreams in LA?
Wow, you taking me back.
I want to go back.
Yeah,
Way
back to Chicago. Actually, I was doing theater.
Oh,
I was doing theater and I was acting in high school
Yeah.
and in college. And so when I graduated from Columbia, I became Equity. That's
Oh,
Actors Equity
Equity. So-
Association.
yeah.
A lot of people don't know. That's when
Yeah.
you get actually paid right for theater. So I was Equity as a teenager, and I was touring with regional theater, and I loved comedy.
Yeah.
Like I would be, wherever I was in high school, even in high school, south side of Chicago was rough. Everybody out of high school, I went to Chicago Vocational High, CVS. Everyone, once they get out of high school, will wait on the bus stop and watch what bus I catch home so that they can wait and catch that same bus with me so that they could get a show on that bus.
Oh my God.
And during that show, everybody was laughing so hard, nobody got robbed. How cool is that? Because you know, back in those days, they was robbing people on the city buses, the RTAs, all of the buses, they would get on and rob people in Chicago. Well, on my bus, they be laughing so hard,
they forget to rob
people.
That's a blessing.
And the kids will wait on me to catch my bus home. So comedy was always my love. And then I was in theater doing shows in Chicago and really blowing up in theater, really blowing up. Agents was coming to see me the whole night. I was working with people like Stephen Harris.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking
early
about?
on.
Wood Harris' brother. Stephen Harris and Wood Harris. I was working with Harry J. Lennox.
Okay.
Do you know who he is?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, Harry's huge. He's on a show now. At first, he was on a show where Gina Davis was president. He was one of the leads in that show, and now he was in Matrix. Light skin,
Okay.
It is because of him that my acting career blew up.
Wow.
At such a young age, because Harry came and saw me in a play and actually directed me in another play and got me signed with the top agent in LA, which also owned the top agency out here, the Getty's agency.
Okay.
And so I was blowing up in Chicago on the acting scene, but I loved comedy.
Yeah.
So I would leave the theater after doing a show and go to the comedy club, and that's where I met Bernie Mac.
Wow.
Bernie Mac and Cheryl Underwood in my very beginning. So I'm 20 years old. Going into the comedy clubs, going into the nightclubs, actually, because it was no comedy clubs for black comedians. So we had to do comedy in nightclubs.
Well, I don't want to ask what year this was, but that sounds crazy.
It was no comedy clubs for black comedians that we knew of.
In Chicago?
In Chicago.
Wow.
Or pretty much nowhere in the United States. Except for I found out the Comedy Act was here. The Comedy Act Theater was here and in Atlanta, but we didn't know about it because it was before social media.
Okay.
It was before any of this. Now, whatever's happening, you see it immediately.
That's right.
But in those days, in the 90s, this was in the 90s,
Okay.
in those days, you didn't know what was going on in the next city.
Okay, right, I get it. I
so
understand.
what we would do, we was running up under Bernie Mac, right? Because Bernie was the most popular comedian in town, but none of y'all knew who Bernie Mac was.
Okay.
Only Chicago
knew. Okay.
Knew who Bernie Mac was.
Okay.
And I found out Bernie used to fly out here, not tell us that he was flying out here. Get a bunch of people's jokes and fly back to Chicago. And we thinking, Bernie's a genius. How does he write these jokes this fast?
You telling.
Bernie is. Every Chicago comedian we'd be running up under Bernie, thinking Bernie a genius. Bernie was doing Robin Harris, Ricky Harris. He was doing everybody.
And so Robin Harris was already out here in L.A.
Robin was already out here, and we didn't know Robin existed.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. We had no idea Robin Harris. Bernie wouldn't tell us anything about what was going on in L.A. He'd just come back to Chicago, and we'd be like, man, this dude is a genius. This was before Def Comedy Jam, before Comic View.
Right.
It was just us. And so I started the first black comedy club in Chicago because we didn't have any clubs, comedy clubs. We would have to go to the white comedy clubs.
Okay.
And then at the white comedy club, of course, it was their club. I'm not mad at them. They'd make us wait.
Right.
They decide who they going to put on, and you got to get off quick. They had their rules.
You have that light skin privilege? Just ask.
I did.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I did.
You kept it real. But that's what you do.
I did. I got on. But unlike my other brothers, I helped everybody.
That's right.
Including Bernie Mac. Because Bernie was, he had pretty much quick comedy at first.
Okay.
Because him and Arsenio, he's from Arsenio's generation. So
Bernie
Mac
okay,
had quick, him and Arsenio was hanging together. They was brothers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Arsenio blew up and left.
Okay.
And Bernie at the time, the story that he told me.
Wait a minute. So Arsenio was in Chicago as well?
Yeah, he's from Chicago.
Okay, see, this is coming home, ain't it?
He was in Chicago. I didn't know who Arsenio was until the famous Arsenio. I knew the broke Bernie Mac. The famous Arsenio, I knew of him.
Okay,
because he was on Arsenio Hall show and all of this.
Yeah.
you know, and he was doing very well. And then Bernie sat me down and told me him and Arsenio used to be homies.
Okay.
And one night, Arsenio got a standing ovation.
Okay.
And Bernie went on after him
Uh-huh.
and got booed off.
Oh, okay.
Like got booed off.
Okay.
And Bernie said he quit comedy.
Just because that one.
No. He had been through
Okay,
the ringer
okay,
trying to
okay.
get famous.
Okay.
He had literally
yes.
been through, and
Yeah.
I didn't really know all of his struggles at the time because
Right.
we was just getting to know each other.
Okay.
So this was his resurgence through me.
Oh, wow.
So I was starting comedy clubs with the money that I was making. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I started this comedy club. The first name was We Be Funny. The We Be Funny
We Be
Comedy
Funny
Club.
Comedy Club.
I got footage. Had you told me you was putting up footage, I
Yes.
gave you some footage
See?
to put up. I'm telling you.
I'm thorough, baby. Next time.
Cheryl Underwood
Uh-huh.
came and performed
Okay.
at
okay.
We Be Funny.
We Be Funny.
Yes,
What's,
comedy.
yep. Drop the street name. Like what area?
It was on the north side of Chicago.
North side of Chicago.
At a club called AKA's. They had a wing next door that they wasn't using.
Okay.
And so I went to the owner,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying, who was this super cool white dude.
Okay.
He
Okay.
was like, Evan, whatever y'all want to do, I got a full showroom for y'all to do it in.
Okay.
We went, did it in showroom, and the nightclub was right next door.
Okay.
Adele Givens used to come hang out with
Hey.
us all the time. That's
Yeah.
how me and Adele got tight.
Okay.
And Cheryl Underwood is actually the first person to actually bring me on stage and teach me about comedy. That's how deeply entrenched I am in Chicago comedy. So we were like the founders
Yes, you were.
of making comedy happen.
Hey.
And I was so young. Here's a wild story about
Okay.
Cheryl.
Okay.
And Cheryl, no, we be telling this story. Right?
He telling again, y'all. He over here telling.
Cheryl liked me back in those days. And y'all see the Cheryl now. Back then, Cheryl body was like yours.
Wow. She was
Cheryl,
banging. That was just shameless plug. Anyway, go ahead.
Cheryl was looking
But she's still
cold.
banging. She's still banging. I love Cheryl.
I'll show you some pictures. Cheryl
Okay.
was looking cold.
Uh-huh.
Cheryl invited me to her house.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know Cheryl was married
Oh, okay.
until I got there.
Oh.
You feel me? Her husband sitting there, but cool.
Right,
cool.
right,
Me
right,
and Cheryl
right.
wasn't.
You telling. Go ahead.
We wasn't involved in nothing like that. We was just friends.
Friends, okay.
You feel me? And so she invited us over to start a comedy union.
All right.
Because comedians weren't being paid properly and being paid fairly. And Cheryl is super smart if you know her. If you
She's
ever met her.
Is she the Republican, right?
She's a Republican,
Okay, yeah.
and she's also, I think, a theta or zeta.
Oh,
what
yeah,
is
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Zeta Phi Beta,
yeah,
something, you know, one of the sororities. She's real big
And very
in that.
smart.
And very smart.
I love
Cheryl is
it.
highly intelligent.
I
That's
love
what
it.
a lot of people don't know about her because they paying attention to the
comedy,
cussing
yeah.
and not what Cheryl is really about. Cheryl's super intelligent. So we were starting a black comedy union, and Bernie Mac was there. Me, Cheryl Underwood, guy by the name of Andre Lavelle. So we're at Cheryl's house. Cheryl brought Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Hey.
And her husband sat at the table.
When it was still chicken, right?
Yes.
When it was still
When it was still chicken.
Okay.
And I sat at the table, Cheryl sat down. I sat down and everybody sat down, and Cheryl brought me a plate of food first.
Oh, Lord. In front of her husband, huh?
I didn't know that was a problem. I had never been married, and I was only 20. How was I supposed to know
You
that
just said,
was-
oh, she's nice, and I'm the guest, and
Right, right. I had no idea.
she knew what she was
the
doing. You don't
madness
bring
that-
no, you don't, you can't be a married
So
woman and
you
bring,
married.
yeah, you
If
can't.
you brought
Anybody else, not even, I can't even bring the kids food first. Don't get it twisted. Like, if this, man,
wow,
like, you can't,
So now, as a grown man,
Right.
a man who has been married and divorced, now I understand. Cheryl must have really liked
she
me.
must have really liked you.
Oh my God, Cheryl must have been in love.
And she-
I didn't know it. I didn't know it.
Because she ain't give two fucks, apparently.
Wow. And so looking back, I'm like, wow, Cheryl must have been in love. And so her and I talk about it. Shout out to Cheryl Underwood.
Shout out Cheryl Underwood.
She knows it's
Shout out
major
Cheryl
love.
Underwood.
Those are
We
all
love
my
you.
sisters.
Yeah,
All of them.
yeah.
Her, Adele Givens, Ride or Die.
Beautiful.
Back in the day, we all do comedy sketches. You know how they show on Facebook and all of these different networks, the sketches.
Yeah.
We was doing that before
Way
there
back
was
when.
no social media, before there was
Yeah.
nothing. We was doing comedy sketches. Me, Bernie Mac, Cheryl, me, Bernie Mac, and Adele Givens.
Okay.
Cheryl by that time had made her way, I believe, to Hollywood or New York. Cheryl was gone.
Okay.
And then we built up the comedy scene in Chicago.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
I would get the place. I'd run the place. I'd set up everything, write the sketches,
Yeah.
draw the audience,
Wow.
promote, produce, collect all the money at the door, the whole night, help the bar, help everybody, and host. And I remember approaching Bernie Mac with it. And I said, Bernie, I'm getting ready to get this club. I want you to come do it with me. He was like, Holmes, I ain't gonna do it, Holmes. I ain't got time, Holmes. I ain't got time. So he didn't do it, and then he showed up to the grand opening. I had a line down the block and around the corner. So I'm walking. Bernie walks up to the door. I go, what up, man?
You gonna show up?
He say, Holmes, you know what? I done changed my mind. I'm gonna have to go and do this with you, Holmes. And it became the most popular club in Chicago. It was called Spices.
Okay, Spices.
We had shut down We Be Funny.
Okay, because it was too small.
No, because I started it with one of my gangbanger friends.
Okay. I mean, it's Chicago, so.
It's Chicago.
A gangbanger's hanging around somewhere.
I started with one of my
We love you,
homies
Chicago.
from the hood.
Uh-huh.
And this is how the club got closed. I was always the businessman. I was always running the business and entertaining. I wear a lot of hats.
Yeah,
And, you know,
you still do.
I produce a lot of shows that you've done.
That's right.
So me and my homie, his name was Dose. He kept bringing the women in for free.
Well,
So say like a woman walk up fine like you, you know how y'all expect.
I mean,
the women that are beautiful,
we-
they will walk up
That's
to the
right.
door
That's right.
and look at you like you better move.
you
and
better
let me in
move and
here.
let me in.
And
What?
they don't put no money out, no long
For
line. They
what?
walk right past the line.
For what?
So exactly.
Why
Exactly.
stand in a line when you don't have to?
So I told Dose, I saw him ushering in like a group of like 7 women. I was like, Dose. That at the time, the admission charge I think was $5 or something. I was like, Dose, that's 5 times 7. What are you doing?
Right.
I don't care that they pretty. I said, you know what, Dose? You being a punk. You being a straight punk. You know what? You love these women more than you love business. That's what punks do. He socked me in the eye.
I well did. I would have too. I would have too.
I had
There you
forgot.
go. Good dose.
I had forgot I was in Chicago. I had forgot for a moment.
But
I
just
was in
one moment.
Hollywood. So Dose stole on me. And he was a little bit taller than Kevin Hart. So he jumped up.
You stupid.
He literally jumped. If Dose
jumped up
tuning
and-
in, he gonna get me for this one. He gonna get. Hey, listen, brother Dose is love. So Dose, he ain't running the streets no more. Big businessman now. Dose jumped
He's
up,
still running the streets.
socked me,
Uh-huh.
right, and then kept trying to sock me. So I picked him up
Uh-huh.
and held him in my arms like a baby.
You know what? Ain't nobody playing with you like that.
He kept trying. He was like, let me down. Let me down. I'm holding him in my arms. Dose, you better stop this, man. We can't run a club like this.
You ain't
Stop
holding this
it.
grown-ass man.
Right? And so I let him down and Bernie Mac grabbed him.
Okay.
Bernie Mac was like, look at you. You see what you doing? You know Dose ain't ready for this type of business. I was like, he totally ready. He a grown man. And get all these women out of here. So we done messed the whole club up now. They didn't pay. I want all of them
You
to pay.
kicked the women out.
All the fine ones too.
Oh,
I
my-
want all the fine. Hey, the ugly women had to pay. The ugly women had to pay. I thought that was unfair. I was like, that is.
And you learned a lesson,
I
didn't you?
learned a valuable lesson. So Bernie was mad at me, yelling at me. I told Dose, if we gonna be fighting each other about this, we can't do a club together. So then Dose was like, fine then, we ain't gonna do the club. And so We Be Funny was shut down.
Damn.
Because the owner found out about it and he was like, all right.
Because
y'all
you
gotta
ain't want
go.
the pretty women in there for free.
Not for free. I was like, they gotta pay. So so I left and I started Spices,
Okay.
which became super popular, and the pretty women was eager to pay.
Oh.
Everybody waited in line
And they paid.
And paid.
Was it full price?
All It wasn't full price
See,
though.
we gonna get
Pretty
some. You gonna have to
women
give us
had
something.
get a break.
You gonna,
Y'all gotta understand me. The Pretty
you gonna have to
Women-
give us something.
and that's where we actually started building the whole comedy regime in Chicago. So you got a lot of great comedians that came through
Nice.
there
Wonderful.
and came out of Chicago season, like Adele. Bernie got famous from there.
Oh, wow.
I did Def Jam's first auditions at Spice's.
Oh.
Bob Sumner flew into town.
Okay.
Came to see me.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally put on the first auditions, lying down the block around the corner.
Oh.
And Bernie Mac, I had Bernie as my host, and people were getting selected for Def Comedy Jam.
Nice.
And Phyllis Hyman came.
Oh yeah. What she?
Phyllis came.
She blew the roof off them.
And sang without music. She didn't want them to play anything because I had a band there. She didn't want them to play.
She ain't trust 'em.
She just wanted, exactly, you a singer. You know, when I tell you it sound like music was playing.
Oh my God.
When Phyllis Hyman was singing. Like it was just her singing with the mic. And it sounded like music was
Such
playing.
an angelic voice, man.
Oh my God. And so here was the downside of that. That was shortly before Phyllis took her life.
Yeah.
I was like, we were in the back, me, her, and Bernie talking and all of that. She fell in love with Bernie Mac because Bernie kept joking with her and talking about what he was gonna do to her. Boy, if I put it on you, Phyllis, it's on you. Yeah, all that. He was doing all that. But I was too young
To
to
understand.
even,
Yeah.
not to understand, but to even think about flirting with Phyllis Hyman. I was like 20.
Were
and
you
she was a
intimidated?
grown-
Okay.
I was.
Yeah,
she was. It's Phyllis
Yeah, I know,
Hyman.
and she's
And Phyllis
she was
was
an Amazon,
tall,
beautiful
she was an
woman.
Amazon, gorgeous.
Yes.
But she didn't think so.
I know.
She
I know.
hated herself. And to this day, I remember backstage, Phyllis was talking to me. She said, I'm ugly. I don't like my weight. I don't like my body. And I was like, why do beautiful women, some of y'all are the hardest on yourself ever. Like, I looked at Phyllis and I said, Phyllis, oh my God, you one of the most gorgeous women in the world. Why would you be saying this stuff about yourself?
Yeah.
And she was literally in tears
Yeah.
backstage.
Yeah. I mean, I know some men, they just like refuse to date tall women, because their own insecurities. It intimidates them if a woman is towering over them. So I can imagine the things that she had been told throughout her life. And yes, she can sing. She was beautiful. She had this angelic voice. But then you get in the industry, and then they nitpick you as well. Certain weight, certain height to be on
Really?
screen. And so,
Are you speaking from personal experience or you from what you heard?
a little bit of both. I haven't ever received the brunt of what I guess Hollywood can do, or what big industry can do, because I always tend to block out the noise. Anything that I don't like, I kind of just don't hear. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
And that's how I've gotten through life. Like I don't even understand the word no. You know what I mean? It doesn't kind of register for me. So it's for me, it's always just figure out a way to do it. Like you're very much like yourself.
Right.
Production, you produce because you wanted to see things happen your way. Same thing with me. I started producing because I wanted to be in a venue that I wanted to play in. I don't want to play at the little whatever joints and get paid what you want to pay me. I want to make the money. I want to pay myself.
Right.
I get to say what I'm worth. You don't get to tell me if you like me enough. You don't get to tell me if I'm satisfying that thing in you enough. You don't get to do any of that.
You're not giving them that power.
No. I decide.
Yes.
So for me, even if it came at me, I probably wouldn't have noticed it as much because in my mind, I've already trained. From the time I was a child, I already knew what it was going to be for me, and I already trained myself to go get that. And then I started understanding that the beauty comes from the inside out, and the physical appearance is just a result of how you feel about yourself. So that's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I tell women.
Yeah.
But it's like the most beautiful women seem to be the most insecure about themselves and the way they look. And so when Phyllis was saying all these things, shortly after that, she took her own life.
Yeah, that
and
was so
I was
sad.
devastated
Yeah.
by that.
Yeah.
Because I just remember thinking, you know, because she would talk to me from time to time after that, and she took Bernie on tour with her.
Okay.
So they went on tour for a minute, and Bernie would come back and tell me what's going on, because me and Bernie was super close back then, like brothers. Bernie would be at my house eating. I'd be out of town. I don't even know how Bernie would get in my house. I'd come back, Bernie Mac and George Wilborn, who's another radio personality.
George Wilborn, okay.
On the East Coast.
Okay.
George is huge. Shout out to George Wilborn. Much love, my brother too. Him and Bernie would be in my house walking around in their socks cooking and ain't bought no food. And I come back and the food is gone. And Bernie got a wife on the other side of town. Go eat up all your food.
Right, it's your wife's house.
You feel me? But I found out back in those days when I would go to Bernie's house, people think Bernie came from real humble beginnings.
Okay.
And during this time, let me show you how God works. During this time, Bernie Mac was being evicted. You feel me? He was getting evicted, and he called me from jail. He said, yo.
Wait, he was getting evicted and he went to jail?
He was in the lockup. So he called me from jail. He said, I'm in the lockup. I'm being evicted. I need y'all to go get my stuff.
Okay.
And I said, well, why are you in jail, man? He was like, well, I had a gun.
Okay.
Unregistered.
Okay.
He hadn't registered the gun. He said, they won't give me my medicine. So call Rhonda and tell her to get down here. I need to get my medicine. And so we went to get his furniture, but a lot of the neighbors had picked up his furniture to help him. Like,
already? Okay.
Yeah, that's the bad situation he was in. And I remember as a young man looking at this place going, why would he live here anyway?
Right.
That was my thought.
Right.
Why would he even live here? But this is how God works. So Bernie was sick. We took up a collection at Spices. Huge collection. My partner, Darnell Ross, was working with us. Me, him, and Bernie was 3 the hard way.
Okay.
We took the money to Bernie's, had money taken to Bernie, to Rhonda and Bernie for that eviction to help them. And each week, because I had 2 shows, one on Thursday and one on Sunday. So I had Sunday night and Thursday night.
Okay.
We would still send Bernie a third, even though he wasn't able to show up to work.
Okay, that's beautiful.
That's how we were as young men.
That's beautiful.
You feel me?
Yeah.
We would send Bernie his third.
Yeah.
And Bernie didn't show up for about 6 months because he was dealing with that hardship. We did not care.
No.
We were sending Bernie money.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So Def Jam, I did the Def Jam auditions. Bernie got picked first because he was the most seasoned. I was not ready at that time. I was too young, had just started comedy. Too young in comedy, not too young in age, too young in comedy, my development.
Okay.
So Bernie got picked. Adele got picked. Adele called me from New York. This is what Adele did. Adele left Chicago just on... You know how y'all be having intuition and all that? Women it make you go on your man's phone and all that stuff. Intuition make you go break his code and go on the
What you talking about?
Hilarious. Hilarious.
I don't know.
You know, my intuition told me. I had a dream. If I hear another woman say, I had a dream, if y'all don't stop this madness.
What you drinking, Evan? What you drinking?
This is the whiskey. What's this whiskey called?
What's that called?
Oh, the green spot.
Can I have some of that green?
Oh, that's a truth serum right there. I mean, it gave me some truth serum. This is Black Lightning, y'all.
I told y'all every week I was going to bring you guys a different Irish whiskey or a scotch. Every month, a different Irish whiskey or scotch. My husband going, every month. You know how much them bottles cost? So every month, I'm going to bring you guys a different Irish whiskey or scotch. And right now, for the month of March, we're drinking Green Spot.
Green spot.
Yes, and this is...
Here's a toast to your husband.
Yes.
And the green spot. There it is. So, this is what Adele, see, you thought you was grown. That's burning your chest over there. Here, get his back. Here, you know what? She ain't ready for this right here. She is not ready.
Everybody drinks wine. I want to do something different. So we came up with the... Okay, go ahead. I'm
He
listening.
done tried some whiskey and got it. Hey, y'all. I can't see all of y'all comments.
You know what? Before we go on, I want to play something of yours that makes me laugh, and I love it. It's one of my favorite.
Oh, one of your favorite
One
bits?
of my favorite clips of yours.
Let's see what's up.
Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. Let his ass come. Watch what the hell happened. Look at his ass. We gonna see what happens. Better walk his ass up. That's all I'm saying. I want to see the other me right now. Your ass will be duct taped in the closet when you get there. Come on in, nigga. Sit your ass down too. I duct tape his ass too. Women want to be with a man. They want to be with somebody they feel safe with. A motherfucker they feel comfortable with. When a woman cussing you out, listen to me, player. When a woman when she cussing you out, that she don't want you to leave. That's the first thing we want to do is leave. Don't leave. That ain't what she wants. She wants you to man up, handle that motherfucking shit. Let her know you got it. Look, baby, I got it. It's all right. Pull up close to you. Comfort her. Put her head on your chest. Say, hey, shut the fuck up.
Want a man. They want a man.
We want a man. You say shut the fuck. But see, the funny thing about that would turn me on. I know that probably would piss a lot of women off, but that would just turn me all the way on.
Because you like a man.
I like a man.
You're not like a lot of people today. What they're doing is emasculating men. Certainly, let me be clear. I've never been an advocate of violence towards a woman in any way.
Not at all.
I'm a protector of all women and children and animals too. That's why animals actually love me. Animals run up to me. Like I saw a couple, they couldn't catch their dog. He was a big dog and everybody's afraid of the dog running away. I got out my car so he wouldn't get hit and called him. Calmed him down and held him for the owner. Everybody else was scared of him, thinking he was gonna get bit.
What kind of dog was it again?
He was a German Shepherd.
Big one. Yeah, we used to that in the Midwest.
Yeah, big German Shepherd. King run through the neighborhood. I always had love because you see him get hit by a car. They don't know.
Yeah.
So I've always been a protector. But women want to know that they're with a protector that they're with a man.
That's right.
Y'all walking down the street and you ain't with no man. You with a male species. He's scared. You scared.
All of us, we all scared.
And you ever see sometimes the women are protecting the men. I was out one night and I saw this couple walking and I'm walking down the street behind them. Believe it or not, because they didn't know me, and I guess because I'm a little taller, they was intimidated because it's at night, you know. And the woman told the guy, get on the inside. And she literally strapped her purse around like she was ready for battle.
Really?
And he was scared. I was like,
what part of the game is this?
That's what the world has come to.
I think it's too much.
So you saying you wouldn't beat up a dude for your husband? You don't?
I mean, I'm going to jump in. I'm definitely going to jump in. But my husband going to have to swing first.
Oh, he going to have...
he going to have to swing first.
So if he don't swing...
I'm like, what are we doing? But, but as soon as he swing, I'm picking up something. I'm coming in for the, I'm right behind it.
That's Detroit
I'm jumping
right
in.
There.
I'm jumping
That's
in.
Detroit. I had,
all for one and one for all. We in this thing.
Y'all in it together. There you go. I had one of my girls, I was actually in a fight and I was beating a dude up, right? And the dude ran away and came back with a butcher knife.
Oh, okay.
You know them big butcher knives.
Yeah.
He came back with a straight butcher knife, and my girl gonna hand me a switchblade, like the little. I was like,
that's so cute. What do I gonna do with this?
I looked at her. I looked at him with the butcher knife. Hold on a second, man. You know this ain't fair. Wait a minute. Go back and get another knife. But she stood by me. She was like, what? She pulled out the little. I was like, you don't get that out of here.
That's like on Harlem Nights.
Yeah. When he had kept shooting with the one gun. Yeah. Arsenio had. Oh wow. The machine gun. Yes. So back to Adele and the intuition.
Okay.
Much love to Adele if you're tuning in. She might be tuning in. It might pop up.
Okay.
Adele, love you. And love shout out to her and her husband.
That's right.
Because they ride or die 100.
Yes.
Adele, she called me from New York. Like out of nowhere. She literally called me from New York. This is when Def Jam had just started. And she said, because she didn't show up to the auditions that we had. I don't think Adele was there. She called me from New York, didn't know nobody.
Okay.
She called me in the middle of the night. I woke up, I was like, what's going on? She was like, hey, I'm in New York.
Okay.
We didn't know nothing about New York.
New York, we in Chi-Town.
Yeah, we like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing in New York? I don't know. Some just told me to come here.
And who do you
Intuition.
know here?
Mm.
I said, Adele, I don't know nobody there.
Right.
Like, I don't have a clue as to anything about New York at all.
Okay.
She said, well, I'm out here. Okay. I said, I don't know what to do or how to help you. You know, this wasn't in the day where you had cash out.
Right.
You could cash out
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
or
yeah.
help them. This was in the day when they didn't have technology.
At
like
best, Western Union, they gonna charge you to send some money, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But she didn't ask for no money. She just was who do I know out
Who
there?
do you know?
And then the next time I heard from her, she had done Def Comedy Jam
Wow.
and had truly blown up.
Wow.
Like you saw her Def Jam.
Yeah. The
She-
Tic Tac.
The Tic Tac. Wow. Tic Tac to well
Yeah.
changed Adele's whole life.
Changed the game.
Like
baby.
she went from struggling
Mm-hmm.
to making money.
That's a beautiful story.
Like at her profession and being huge.
I love it.
Like for real. I got a chance to see that with Bernie. So he was evicted, jail. We sending him money the whole 9. Next thing you know, Bernie comes back. We still running the club. Club is super popular. I got the most popular club in town. I see Bernie at the Cotton Club.
Okay.
Me, him, and R. Kelly used to hang out.
What? The Chicago 3. Ladies and gentlemen.
Me, him, and Rob would be at the Cotton Club.
was gonna say
every
that.
Monday night.
I was going to say earlier, you know, it not only had music legends in Chicago, but comedy legends as well.
Yes.
And I was
So,
thinking about R. Kelly when
I
you were
kid
saying.
you not.
Okay, go ahead.
Me, him, he wasn't R. Kelly.
Okay.
He was Rob.
He was Rob. All right.
He was Rob.
I'm listening.
You feel me?
I'm listening.
So
did you see some little girls? That's all I want to
Oh,
know.
wow. I'm going to have a drink on that one.
But how old were you by this time?
By this time, we like 23, 24.
Okay, so you could, you know what I mean?
But Rob was he's like 3 years younger than me. Rob played basketball with my brother.
He's younger than you.
He is younger than me.
Okay.
He played basketball with my younger brother. They
Okay.
hooped on the same squad and stuff.
Okay.
Went to the same grade school. So Rob would come and no, I never saw him with any girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was very shy, and he would come hang up under me and Bernie, and he would just pretty much talk to me.
Okay.
Because he wasn't even supposed to be in the club. He was too young.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But he would come and sing every Monday night and get a standing ovation.
Wow.
And then he'd literally go back and stand in the corner.
Yeah.
And then he'd joke with me and tell me to talk about Bernie Mac. So he putting the cables on me. When you go up there, talk about his black ass. He ain't funny like Rob was. Literally. He was, and I was like, yeah, you right. Because you know how the young cats be wanting to challenge the vets in the game. Watch, I'm going to talk about his ass too. Watch. Yeah, go up there and say that shit you said. Like I was like, all right, Rob, I'm going up.
Yeah.
And I'd go up, and Bernie would go back and forth with me. And who else would come around is Godfrey.
Okay.
From New York.
yeah.
Godfrey.
Yeah,
Funny
yes,
as hell.
yeah.
He's on tour with Tiffany Haddish.
Right now.
So Godfrey would come in. We was all youngsters. Bernie was our mentor, the old head.
Bringing jokes from LA.
Right. Bringing jokes. That's real shit. Real. So and Godfrey was the same. We all following Bernie. Bernie be talking to us, giving us pieces. So one more Monday, we would tell Godfrey to go in on Bernie too. Don't get it twisted, because we all the youngsters.
And Godfrey looks so nice, so sweet and
Oh, my
innocent until he
God.
opened his mouth.
Oh my God. Godfrey, this is what I did. So I talked about Bernie, and my mistake was, this is where Bernie never let it go on me. My mistake was I got personal. Because they would be at my house. I told you, eating up my food the whole 9. And so at the time I didn't know, because I didn't know what it was like to be married. I was raised in a single family home, never saw a dad, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, my mother was a mistress. So that's the household I grew up in.
Okay.
So I didn't know nothing about the whole marriage life and the commitment of that and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would Bernie got mad at me because I said, you always at my house eating up my food and waiting on me to make money so you can get money. And I shouldn't have said that. Bernie got sick because I didn't know I forgot.
Yeah.
And as a young man, I didn't understand the position he was in as a man.
As a man.
He was struggling
to make it as an artist.
Yes, yes.
You feel me?
And that can mess with
And
your
so-
mind, especially
so-
as a man.
Right.
Yeah.
And so his wife at that time was the breadwinner.
Oh, okay.
Rhonda
Okay.
was a nurse
Okay.
back then, so
Okay.
she was the breadwinner. And when I said that, I saw the hurt in his eyes, and I realized I had hurt my brother, but I didn't mean to. We was just talking, and I told you I was young in comedy and inexperienced. And when I said that, he got mad. He said, "Holmes, I want to see you in the coat room." And I saw the look in his eyes. And Bernie Mac 6'4", 200 and something, and he from my same neighborhood. So he used to beating people up. That's what a lot of people didn't know
just a
about
given.
Bernie.
Like,
it's not a problem.
You can look at him and tell that
Okay.
he'll whoop some ass, though.
Holmes, you in the coat room. Rob laughing. I said, Rob, you say we got to go in the coat room. Rob was like, I ain't going in the coat room. He told you to go in the coat. I thought we was friends. I ain't going in the coat room. I literally snuck out the Cotton Club that
I
day.
know that's right. I would have too.
I snuck out and didn't see Bernie for a while, but Godfrey and me was super close.
Yeah.
So Godfrey did the same thing and got kicked out the Cotton Club by Bernie. Godfrey did an impression of Bernie. You know Godfrey's brilliant at impressions. Oh my God, he can even do Bugs Bunny. Don't get it twisted. That's a hard one.
Wow.
So Godfrey did an impression of Bernie and tore the crowd up. Blew the whole house up. The house is screaming and laughing. Then Bernie tried to do an impression of Godfrey. You could hear crickets up in the house. Bernie got mad. He was like, "Hey, Holmes, get your ass out of here. You ain't supposed to be in here anyway. You're too young." The whole night. So Godfrey got kicked out. Godfrey called me. And then when I saw Bernie again, he had taped the first Def Comedy Jam. Right? I'm still running the club scene in Chicago. And Bernie sat me and Godfrey down. We up at 7 in the morning. Man. 7 in the morning, Bernie tells us, whoever make it first, bring the other one up.
Okay. All right.
One of us got to help the other one.
Okay.
Because they thought I was going to be famous before all of them.
Wow.
Because I remember as far as acting, I'm on television.
That's right.
I'm doing movies
That's
at this
right.
time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing stand-up and I'm doing theater.
Okay.
I was doing all of that, and I
you're
was
running the
getting
club.
huge in that.
Yeah.
And I was running the club.
Yeah.
That's how I was having money to pay for the club.
Okay.
Because I was doing so many commercials.
Okay.
And I was doing runway modeling.
Yeah, I can see that.
I did that with Lisa Ray.
Oh.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
We did shows for Anne Klein, Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren,
Yeah.
all the top designers.
So you're a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
That's what your resume should say at the top.
I did
Renaissance
it. Really?
man. Yeah.
Wow. I did it all. And by the way, shout out to Lisa Ray. She was
Shout out
hands
Lisa Ray.
down one of the most beautiful
Shout out
women
Lisa Ray.
you ever want to lay your eyes
Yeah,
on.
yeah, she's beautiful.
Oh my
Still.
God. But back then,
Uh-huh.
she was flawless.
Oh.
Oh my God!
I don't see any flaws
young,
now.
Young Lisa Ray.
uh-huh.
Well, she was naked backstage.
Okay.
And I was naked.
Okay.
So that's
So
what
you
at
was
fashion
so
shows,
what you mean? That's what you
Oh
mean
my
flawless.
God,
Oh,
she
you
was
was really
flawless.
okay. So you
Oh,
saw everything.
Oh my God!
Uh-huh.
I was like, let me get on stage. And we like, Evan, get over here and get dressed. I was like, yeah, hurry up for some other things. Wake up around here. Just hurry up. She was beautiful from head to toe. So I was doing that. And everybody knew it.
Yeah.
So they was like, he about to be hugely famous. Articles of me in the paper, me and Oprah on the cover of Arts and Show, because I did a big movie with her.
My God, what?
There Are No Children Here.
Okay, there are no children here.
And to show you again how young I was, Oprah dug me.
You had all the ladies, Evan.
Yes.
So it wasn't new when I met you how they was falling all over themselves
Nah,
over you.
so-
but I was giving you a hard time. You wasn't gonna come in here with your light skinned Chicago
know.
self
You was
messing
rough
with
on-
my heart. I
You
wasn't
was
gonna do
rough
it.
on me. You was rough.
I wasn't gonna do it, Evan.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but she was rough
No,
on
I
me.
wasn't gonna do
folks. So check this out. Oprah, when I'm doing a movie, I was doing There Are No Children Here with her. Oprah would always have 5 security guards surrounding her, right? And so Oprah wouldn't let nobody talk to her.
Okay.
When I would come in, oh, Evan can come through. He can do whatever he want to do.
We from Chicago.
Whatever y'all, come here, baby. What you want to do? I had no idea Oprah was opening the door to me.
Wow.
And I was just too young to even acknowledge that.
Oh my
And
God.
here's where I messed up. I haven't seen Oprah since we finished that project because I invited my family to the set. Let me say this to you
What's your
and everybody
family?
in here.
What's your family entail?
The south side of Chicago, my mother, my aunts, and my cousin.
Okay.
So I'm doing a movie with Oprah Winfrey, Maya Angelou, and Keith David. So it's all of us starring in this movie.
Okay.
There are no children here. Okay. And I invite my mother to the set, my aunt, and my cousin, and my other aunt. So my mom's two sisters.
Okay.
I shouldn't have did that. What was I thinking when I did that?
What happened?
So
Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm sorry. Because I'm going to hog you all to myself.
Okay.
Any callers want to ask any questions before he finished this story? Just because I don't want to, hog them to myself. Any chatters got something to say? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So they got questions on there.
Oh, they got
Oprah,
questions?
But we'll
get them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Oprah was I told you she was so kind to me.
Okay.
Right? She was like, whatever you want, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Like, honey, you can have whatever you want. And she meant that.
Okay.
So I said, all right, I'm going to bring my mom to the set. Big mistake. My mom showed up in an orange, like, hot pants suit and a pumpkin-looking top. And my mom got really huge breasts. So she got like 44 double Ds.
Jesus.
So she was looking like a pumpkin in hot pants.
Oh.
I was like, you showed up in an orange
Soup, mama?
pumpkin suit, Mom? Really?
Today?
And I looked at my aunt and my cousin and I was like, why y'all? And so my mother walked over she said, I want to have dinner with Oprah tonight. And I said, Oprah, my mom didn't want to have dinner with you. This is how stupid I was at that age.
Yeah.
She said, baby, anything you want, they can have dinner with me. So we get to dinner. Oprah's sitting at the table. Maya Angelou sitting at the table. I don't know if Keith David was there. I don't remember if he was there or not. And my mother says to Oprah at the dinner table, you shouldn't have put my son in this movie. You should have put me in this movie.
What?
In an orange pumpkin suit with some hot pants on.
Oh, my God.
My mom, a little light-skinned lady, so her legs were super pale. I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? And my aunt, at the same time, looked Maya Angelou in the face. Dr. Maya Angelou, the poet laureate for the country, and said to her, I wrote some poems, too. You ain't the only one wrote poems around here, lady. If that's what you thinking, you acting all funny. I wrote a book of poetry. Have you read June's book of poetry? It's called A Ballad of Poetry, Sugar. You need to try to read that. I was like, what have I done? I'm thinking I'm about to get fired.
Yeah.
But when I tell you Oprah was the most gracious. Like she treated them still well. Dr. Angelo got offended.
Okay.
And was like, how dare you? Like in that deep, how dare you say that? And then looked at me, young man, why did you bring your family? I was like, Dr. Angelo. And she got up and left. And my aunt followed her to her trailer.
What?
Oh my God!
What
Y'all
was
think I'm not making this
What
up?
was your
I'm
aunt
telling.
saying? Oh my!
My aunt crazy as hell. If my cousin tuning in, you know that's your mom, and you know what your mom did.
Hello, Rap King.
Raycel Bowman's mom. Cuz if you tuning in, you know it's your mom.
You know your mama crazy.
So exactly. So, but I love her and I take her everywhere with me because she's my aunt, and one of my favorites.
Now, is she the one that helps you keep it real?
It's because of my mom
Okay.
that I don't have any problem like saying the truth. Like even when I said my mom was a mistress, a lot of people are like shy about that. That was my life.
Right.
I'm not fit to lie and this, that, and the other. That's what my mom didn't have a problem. Her and Bernie Mac used to argue in public while Bernie on stage. He'd be arguing with my mom, and he called my mom to the stage, thinking it's funny because he knows she gonna say some wild.
You know
stuff.
she gonna go with you. She gonna go back and forth.
And she
with
got on stage and said, honey, let me tell you young ladies something. I love being a mistress because the mistress ain't got to deal with the husband's foolishness. The mistress just gets some money and he go home. I was like, if you don't get the mic from her, Mac, what are you doing? Bernie like, no, let mama talk. I have that on videotape.
I want to see
I'll be glad to come back and show it to you.
Please come back. Please
with my
do.
mom on stage and Bernie encouraging her to say this
Please
madness.
come back.
So back to the Oprah. So Oprah
Okay.
was gracious.
Okay.
Shout out to Oprah. Oprah, please forgive me and let that go. Okay. So Oprah was gracious.
Call him back, Oprah.
And here's where the problem came
Okay.
in. So we had dinner, they left. We was filming and all of that, finished filming. I flew out to LA.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I was living here.
Come on home. Okay.
I find out my mom and my aunt kept going to the Oprah show. We Evan Lionel's family. Tell Oprah we here. And
God.
Oprah literally would show them hospitality. Yes, I know she was like, Oprah cool as hell
I know
in my
she's
book.
like, come
I don't
on.
care what none of y'all had to say about Oprah. Oprah is cool as hell.
I
That's
was
my
gonna
girl.
say.
She literally said, all right, let them in. And she let them into the show, but then they was taking advantage. Oprah, they was interrupting the show. My aunt saying crazy stuff. They got banned from the Oprah show. They got banned. And, my mom and my aunt got banned from the Oprah Winfrey show. Because that was your mom's fault. You know it was your mom's fault. So it's a segment. You could actually look up the segment with my aunt on it. Because my aunt, to give my aunt props, she is an author. She's an author. And she actually has, my aunt has books out that she has written, but they not in the bookstores. They in the basement. But she is an author. I can't take that from her. She's an author. But the books are in boxes in the basement. Thousands of books are down there. And so they got banned from the Oprah show, and I haven't seen Oprah since.
Oh my God.
My lesson to all of y'all is
Right.
don't take your family who don't understand this business.
Show business. That's right.
On the set,
Come on.
to your recording studio.
That's right.
To
Hallelujah.
your backstage at the concert.
That's right.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Because they will literally destroy your career and
I
not
get it.
even know it.
I understand it. And family and friends don't get offended when we don't ask you or bring you into certain situations.
Yes, because they don't know.
Exactly.
They don't know how to act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to switch gears just a little bit.
Okay.
I know you have a lot of things going on and on the horizon. I love your comedy. I love your acting. I love your career. I love you as a pioneer, a producer. Every time I look, you're on the move and you're not too busy to lend a helping hand. You're not too busy to come do a show, whether it's big or small. And you're not too busy to come and be with me on this show.
Absolutely.
Thank you. This is the 9th episode, so thank you so much for being on this show. So, but I do understand you're also a father.
Yes,
You're
I
also
am
a father.
3 beautiful babies.
Yes. Well, we have a segment that we call War Stories.
War stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
And War Stories is basically you can call or you can talk to us about anything that's happened in your life that's kind of felt like you was going through a war, a battle, but you came out in the end triumphant, and even if you don't think you did, we like to give you another perspective here on 2020 Vision because it's all about uplifting and higher purpose and taking that yourself, evolving yourself to that next level. I think your story is very compelling, to say the least. I think it's brave. I think a lot of people will get fed from this story. So I would like to incorporate your story in our segment, War Stories, if you would just indulge us.
Okay, most definitely.
Let's get Yes. And we back with Evan Lionel. You have been listening to Drip the Mic Network 2020 Vision, where you want to stay focused and get this healing and get this love, life, and light into you based on comedy, music, and spirituality and acting. So right now we've been sitting here with the comedian Evan and actor, award-winning actor.
Yeah.
And legend.
Yeah.
And Chicago legend.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love my city.
Yeah, for sure.
Love my city, yes. And I am one of the founders of comedy in Chicago. I would say it would be me, Bernie Mac,
For sure.
Damon Williams, Kenny Howell, George Wilborn, all of us, Tony Schofield. It's a group of us. Like D-Ray and Corey Holcomb came after us.
Okay.
Godfrey was a youngster. James Hanna was a big writer in Hollywood. May he rest in peace.
Okay.
R.I.P. James Hanna. Michael Collier was way before us.
Okay.
I used to see him downtown when I was a kid doing what he did at Venice Beach here.
Okay.
He was doing it first in Chicago.
Chicago. So you said D. Ray and Corey Holcomb came after you.
Yes, they
so
were in the group after us.
So did you leave Chicago by that time?
Yeah,
When did
I
y'all?
was out of Chicago, and
Okay.
I passed the torch on to
Okay.
those guys, and D. Ray took over and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
D. Ray was the next new and improved version of me.
I can see that.
He was producing huge comedy shows at Riddle's Comedy Club, which Damon Williams is running it now. But D. Ray had Riddle's Comedy Club at first in a whole different location. And when I tell you he was doing an amazing job and making money hand over foot out there, D. Ray was doing it big at a young age.
Yeah, when I met you guys, I saw D. Ray at the Laugh Factory first. And then we were doing that show Tuesdays at the Sunset Room. Yeah. On
Sunset Room.
Yes.
Wow. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Tommy Davis used to have me. Tommy
Yeah.
Davidson would have me come in
host.
and host
Yes.
for him when he couldn't be there.
And Speedy.
Yeah. And Speedy,
Yeah.
yes.
And then, you and D-Ray used to come through, man,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
show us love. So we would show up at the Laugh Factory on Sundays. Y'all would come to the Sunset Room on Tuesdays and show us Singers Love. And we was a group. It was right when D-Ray got his development deal or whatever. And we was all our little clique. We just clicked up.
And
everybody took off.
Yes, everybody did their own thing. D-Ray, actually, one of the funniest stories about D-Ray is I came to Riddles to do a show for him. And I was headlining, and a fight broke out. Now, this is on the far south side of Chicago in an area out kind of suburban area.
Okay.
And believe it or not, Riddles was a white comedy club, white owned.
Okay.
Mostly white people would show up at Riddles, except D-Ray's night. D-Ray's night had everybody who was wilding from the streets and the projects the whole night. So I come into the club ready to headline. They throwing tables and chairs.
Oh my God.
Fighting like nobody's business. Like they tearing the club up.
Yeah.
D-Ray literally said, "See, that's why we can't have nothing." And now coming to the stage. What? My big brother. See, he back home from LA, and this what y'all do when he come home. He literally introduced me. Give it up for Evan Lionel. I come on stage, they throwing chairs and tables, they fight. I literally just stood there, and I said, "This what I come home to." And slowly they stopped fighting.
That's beautiful.
Put the chairs back on the floor.
Okay.
Set the tables up.
The people.
Yes.
Wow.
Got into my show and loved it.
And loved it.
That's when you know you're a legend in Chicago.
And Laughter Hills.
Laughter Hills. They literally stopped fighting.
That's right.
And literally, I did my full hour.
Okay.
How cool is that?
That's wonderful.
Shout out to the little bro, D-Ray.
What up,
Doing
D-Ray?
big things.
Homie, improv
Yes.
on Monday nights, baby.
Yes.
So, okay. Now I want to get into fatherhood for you. And I know there was, again, when I met you, they were all over you. Even before then, the women were all over you.
Yeah.
How did you find love, settle down, and get, did you
I got to have a drink on that one. I got to have a drink.
You wifed her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You said,
I did, and paid a whole bunch for the wedding.
Okay.
Myself. My ex-wife is Indian, from
Okay.
India.
Okay, from India.
Goa is the name of the actual area she's from.
She's from Goa. Okay.
And I actually met her living in the same building that I lived in back in '97.
Okay. In LA?
Yeah,
Okay.
in LA.
Okay.
Back in '97. She's living in the same apartment building, and Indian woman, had gotten kicked out of USC. I found out her parents had paid for her education cash.
Okay.
She got kicked out messing with the wrong people.
Okay.
Okay. I was real popular at USC because I was doing a lot of colleges
Okay.
back then. So
Comedy
the
tours.
staff at USC knew me
Okay.
from comedy tours. And I asked for help. I said, this young lady got kicked out. I want to get her back in to get her degree. Her education is already paid for by her parents. She was living in my building, mixed up with the wrong people, had come from another country, and somehow got linked up with some dudes from Compton. And literally taking them cigarettes and drinks and God only knows what else. You feel me? So I was like, look, you got to stop this.
Yeah.
I was coming in. I was taping the television series Born Free.
Okay.
I was a regular on that,
Yes.
and I had a place in Ventura County
Okay.
where we were shooting.
Right.
But I would drive back to the city
Yeah.
because I wanted to have fun.
Yeah,
You feel me? So
yeah.
I drive all the way back, and I saw her leaving out at 3 a.m. one morning. I knew she was my neighbor. I said, "What you doing out here at 3 a.m.?" She said, "I'm going to the library." And I believed her, of
Okay.
course. She said, "I'm in college,
Yeah.
and I'm going to the library." I was like, okay, if that's what you're doing, that's good. You study hard, because I graduated from college.
Yeah.
I know you study at any time. You go to the
Okay,
library
right.
at any time. Library is 24 hours. But she was taking stuff to dudes in Compton. And she was involved with some crooked lawyers. And the crooked lawyers was, I don't know what they had her doing for them. But I intervened in all those relationships. Once we started dating, I told, like, the dudes, 2 of the dudes showed up from the CPT, and they was ringing our doorbell profusely, and I just happened to walk up to the door. And she's on there saying, "I can't come out. I don't want to be involved with y'all." And so I hear her voice, and I go, "Wait a minute, y'all looking for, her?"
Yeah.
I was like, "She just said she don't want to be bothered." So, of course, they jumped rough, and then things happened, and then they was gone.
They was gone.
So,
'Cause you're from Chicago. It is what it is.
not gone, but they was gone from the scene.
Right, I understand.
From there.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
So, and they picked the wrong one
I know
at that time,
that's
and
right.
they got a little spanking.
I know that's right.
Just a little bit.
I mean,
just love,
what-
all in love. It was in love.
I'ma whoop your
folks.
ass in Jesus'
Let me
name.
say this: it was in love.
I'm gonna whoop your ass in Jesus' name.
It
Go
was-
on and
it
get
was
this
in the
holy
name.
whooping.
Sometimes you gotta spare the rod.
It's more the
There
child.
you go. Sometimes you have to chastise people to get them in check. So they left her. I went and saw the leader of the little group.
Okay.
Took her with me. I was like, homie, when you walk into like where they making money, their eyes be big. Like, what is going on? I was like, look, homeboy, I'm not here. Because the 2 was there.
Okay.
They were scared to death. That's who we was telling you.
That's who whooped our
That's
ass.
him right there. You feel me? So I said, look, homie, we don't have to do nothing right now. I'm not here for anything except I want you to leave her alone. Okay?
Right.
And he was like, she ain't said nothing. I said, well, go ahead. And
Right.
she was like, I don't want you to talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to call you. I don't want to bring you anything else. I don't want anything to do with you.
Right.
I said, look him in his eyes.
And tell him.
She looked him in his eye. I don't want anything to do with you. He was a real one. He said, I heard you. Don't worry about it.
Don't
You
worry
ain't never
about
got to deal with me again.
That's right.
That was the last we heard of them.
Okay.
So that was shut down. Then the lawyer had bought her a Mercedes.
Okay.
All right. She in college.
Right.
This dude is probably in his 70s,
Of course.
fat and ugly and old.
Right.
What are you giving her a Mercedes for?
You know
What's
why.
going on?
Right.
So I had to go to his house with the Mercedes and the keys.
And here you go.
Don't ever give her another car. She was like, tell him I didn't have sex for this car or anything. He was
Right.
like, I don't have to tell him nothing. Just give me my keys back. I said, good, because I don't want to hear nothing.
I don't wanna hear
I would
nothing.
hate to think
Right.
that you was with this Jabba the Hutt looking. I would hate to think that.
See,
So,
but that's a good man. That's
Yeah.
you're a good man. You know what
So
I mean? Things
gave-
that you can't control, don't even worry about
absolutely gave him the keys back. So then it was me and her. You feel me? And so, of course, you through dating, you go through changes. I kept trying to break up, this, that, and the other. But my mom was on me.
Yeah.
That girl don't want to leave your house. You wrong for keeping her at your house. You going to have some illegitimate babies just like yourself. That's what you want? I'm looking at
Like,
my mom
damn.
like, who are you
right now?
What
Who are you right now?
Exactly.
Wasn't you just telling the women
Exactly.
to be the
Exactly. She was like, you need to do right by that girl. You need to do the right thing and
She
stop
wanted-
this foolishness.
She wanted better for you.
And I was like, all right, All right, maybe my mom right. Damn it.
But y'all men love a damsel in distress, though.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we
y'all
throw
weak
the
for that
cape
shit.
on. We will
Y'all
throw the cape
that
on
cape
in a
on.
heartbeat.
Y'all throw it on in a minute. Y'all know we monsters.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
didn't know she was a monster.
ain't know we
to go on, tell the truth.
What you say?
But y'all look innocent.
We do.
Look at how innocent. Yeah, exactly. So I threw the cape on, asked her to marry me, gave her. My mom even gave me her wedding ring. Wasn't a good start because I told you my mom became a mistress. I probably shouldn't have took the wedding ring.
That's what I was going to ask you. Where the wedding ring?
She kept it, of course.
No, but I'm saying, where did your mother get a wedding?
No, she was married at first.
At first.
My mom was married. She stayed married until he died. They just weren't together. Black folks would stay married back then.
For sure.
Like, even if they ain't seen each other, she hadn't seen him in 30-some years,
Yeah,
but he was still her husband.
That's how my mom and stepdad was.
Yeah,
Like,
and she would say, that's my husband. But
Yeah.
that was what that was.
Okay.
So I gave her the ring, asked her to marry me, and paid for a wedding. Her parents, literally her father, when I called him as a gentleman and said, I'd like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage, he was like, don't do it. That's
What'd he say, Evan?
Don't do it. Don't, please. She will ruin your life. Don't do it. Don't do it.
God.
You should live with her first. Live with her. Don't
my
marry
God.
her. If you marry her, she will ruin your life like she has ruined mine.
Oh
What
my
did she
God.
do? What did she do in college? She got kicked out. She will destroy you. Don't do it.
Oh my God.
That's what he said to me.
And you didn't listen.
Live with her. And I was hard-headed. And I was thinking he was a racist. He don't like me because I'm black and she
okay.
Indian.
So
I
you
apologize, sir.
He told himself
I should
that.
have listened to you, sir. I apologize for that. I truly apologize. Fellas, if father says don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it because I didn't listen to her. You feel me?
Right.
I mean, I didn't listen to him about her. And so I got married. And it was a question, was he going to come to the wedding? He was like, nah, he's not coming. He's not going to support it. And then this was an Indian and black wedding.
But he wasn't saying anything. He wasn't
It
mean
wasn't
to
about
you.
me.
Right. But
It was about
But in
her.
your mind, okay.
In my mind,
Yeah.
I'm thinking he a racist.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
He was telling me who his daughter really
Really was. Yeah. Yeah.
I was seeing the innocent, sweet side, which is what y'all give us. See the innocent, sweet side? Do you see it? That's what
It
y'all
exists,
give.
though.
Exactly. And I think you met her. I think you met her back in the day.
When you were doing that comedy spot in West Hollywood, and I came up here from San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was
Gorgeous lady.
Yeah.
So I at the wedding, it was Indian and black folks, right? Man, my wedding almost turned into an all-out brawl from my cousins because honestly, the Indian people, her friends and her brothers was not wanting to associate with the black people. Like, for real.
Really?
Like, and my cousin, who's a detective in Chicago, he was so mad because when they were all the bridesmaids were getting out the van, his daughter was my ring,
the ring bearer.
Flower girl.
Oh, flower girl. Okay.
So the daughter was the flower girl, and once he helped the Indian women down, he turned around and walked away and left the baby girl there. She's 6 years old. So she jumped out of the van by herself and was running through the parking lot in that long dress.
Oh, my God.
And my cousin saw her from the church, and he saw that man turn his back and walk away on her. So, and he a detective at the time.
Yeah.
He literally told me in the elevator, cuz, be glad it's you. Because I'd have shut this whole thing down.
Yeah.
Trust me on that. When I saw my baby girl jump out that truck by herself and run through that parking lot, he said, cuz, be glad. And I knew he meant it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, it's a baby girl.
And so in the wedding, we got married, and Stephen Williams, my uncle, I don't know if y'all know who Stephen Williams is, my uncle from Chicago. He's 21 Jump Street, Ambitions with Robin Givens right now, The Shy, Stephen Williams.
Okay. Pull him up. Pull him up so I can see him.
Oh, my God. Y'all should know who Stephen Williams is.
Are they still tuned in on Facebook and YouTube? Okay, all right.
There's Unc right there.
You guys tuned in to Drip the Mic Network. 2020 Vision. What's his name? Stephen
Williams.
Stephen Williams.
He was
Okay, all
Captain
right. I know
Fuller.
him. Yeah.
But that's just one of the roles. He was Mr. X on the X-Files.
Okay,
He's
okay.
Rufus in Supernatural.
He's been around for a minute.
So he at the wedding laughing.
Oh, cracking
and
up.
talking stuff.
Cracking up.
Boy, what you doing? You should have never brought this woman up in this church. You know better than that. He still be on me about that today, too. You should have never brought this woman in this church. You know you ain't ready to be married.
And that's your uncle?
Yes. A lot of my ex-girlfriends showed up. They was mad at the wedding. So we all at the wedding. I don't even remember the vows. You ever been in a trance? It was like I was in. Have you ever gone through something
Let me
like?
let me ask you, why did you just keep going? Because every step of the way is some bullshit. Why did you keep going, Evan?
Because I was trying
you spent
to do
all that
what
money.
not that. It was because I was trying to do what my mom said.
You're right.
Like on everything. I've never
You're right.
tripped on money because God is my source.
That's right.
But my mom was telling me to do what was right. I don't even remember saying any vows. I don't even remember saying I do. I don't remember any of that. All I remember is standing up at the podium with the priest in a daze. I'm not Catholic. Why are we even getting married in a Catholic church? It's because she wanted a marriage in a Catholic church.
And she wait a minute, she's Indian and she's Catholic?
Yes, she's Catholic.
Part of the
And
name.
so I don't remember the vows or anything. I was just in a daze, and I had been up 24 hours setting up the reception and buying champagne and doing everything, like literally doing everything by myself while she's in a hotel suite getting dolled up with her girlfriends.
So had you guys had you guys had children before yet? Or
No.
Okay.
Paid for a limo. They literally called me and said, I paid for the limo. They called me and said my mom couldn't ride in a limo with her mom and dad. I said, that'll be the day when I pay for a limo that my mom can't ride in.
You got me.
So they had to deal with mother in the limo.
Okay.
And my mom is hardcore.
And did she show up in the orange suit?
My mom showed up looking wild
Okay.
and talking to her mother crazy.
Talking
Hey,
shit.
lady, I wouldn't have worn my hair like that. You should have styled your hair a different way. No, I'm saying the hairdo is horrible. This lady looked bad.
I
My
would
mom
love to
was
see a movie
talking
on
about
this.
that lady.
I would love to
My
see a
mom was
movie
talking
on this.
about her. My mom was like, this lady, something wrong with her. She don't even want to talk. Something is wrong with you. I was like, Mom. I gave her $100 to go gamble so she could stop starting
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
She came back in 5 minutes. I done lost $100, son. I need another. I was like, if you don't go sit down, mother. Oh my God.
You know she don't give a fuck about no Oprah. She ain't about to.
Exactly. So we got through the wedding, had the big reception, and I was so tired I was blacking out on the way to the honeymoon because I had paid for the honeymoon directly after the reception.
Right.
So we left the reception, and she was getting me to Florida, like pushing me through the airport. I was falling asleep the whole way. We actually made the honeymoon and had a good time, and that was the beginning of madness.
Wow.
You know.
So tell me about the children
And so we ended up having 3 beautiful babies.
Okay.
Now they're 11, 13, and 17, and I haven't seen them for 6 years.
Oh my
and
God.
I haven't seen them for 6 years because I asked for a divorce. And I guess in their life, you don't get a divorce. The man's supposed to be dead or something.
Oh, wow.
Some people believe,
So
like
death
in
do you
marriage,
part.
they believe you're supposed to be dead.
Death do you
like
part,
for
For real.
So she tried to have the police murder me, like literally.
Okay, now
Literally
this is
murder
taking a
me.
wild turn, man.
This is real. So when I asked for a divorce, she sat at home calmly with that innocent face, just like what you got right now, with the long hair and everything. Yes.
This
yes.
they hair too. I got this from over in the Middle East.
Exactly.
This came straight from India, by the way. But
Oh,
go ahead.
really?
Damn it! It came straight
You
from
had
over
to
there
throw
too.
the Indian
I mean,
hair
we
at me.
scalped it. All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Hilarious. We sat down. I told her, it's time. We are not happy in this. After 11 years of marriage, I said, we are not happy. We've been like not getting along. She was very uptight sexually. I have high sex drive. She was uptight. I guess somebody told her sex was bad or something. It was just, that was not good. And when you don't have good sex with your wife, it's not gonna be.
It's not
that's
gonna
not a
last.
good thing. No.
Yeah.
So I asked her for a divorce. She was like, "Oh, sweet, yes." And we worked out everything. pulled up a drawing board on how we gonna divide stuff. I said, I found another house. I'll give you this house, right? I had a house in Chatsworth. You can have this house.
Right.
I found another house that my friend is gonna sell me the whole nine. She was like, okay, what do we need to do?
Okay.
I was like, great. And so we went to sleep, woke up, took the kids to school the whole nine. And I came back home with my 3-year-old at the time, put her in her baby bed. I said, I'm going to take a nap because we had a long night. I woke up to 8 police in my house with guns drawn, ready to shoot and kill me. And I had no idea why. To this day, I found out that she knew one of the officers.
Okay.
And they plotted all this together. And the objective was they were supposed to shoot me.
Oh, my God.
But that
God
wasn't God's will.
No, God is good.
God said something differently.
That's right.
Because they was yelling at me. I woke up. Who's in the house yelling? I opened my bedroom door. All kind of guns pointed at me. Hadn't done anything wrong. They arrested me unlawfully. Didn't even tell me why they arrested me. Took me into a glass holding room. Wouldn't talk to me. Wouldn't tell me why I was there. Moved me to another precinct in Van Nuys. Kept me there for 24 hours. Wouldn't talk to me. Ran all kinds of checks and security checks. Make you look, tattoos, checking everything. You got to be naked, the whole nine. My blood pressure had shot up to 250 over 199.
Yeah, I know it did.
Then when I was in regular population, all of the inmates was like, that's that comedian. That's that comedian.
Yeah.
That's Evan Lionel.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up?
So they moved me from regular population, and then they started asking me questions. Who are you? And I said, I told y'all who I am. When y'all gonna tell me why
Who you
I'm
are.
here?
Yeah, what's going on with you guys?
You
Yeah.
feel me? Then they created something and said we're running a check because they said you're dangerous and you're possibly wanted across the nation. Like they had lied.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So nothing. She said they had to come up with why they were holding me. So they said spousal abuse. Okay, there was no spousal abuse. The DA threw it out immediately. Immediate DA reject. Immediate city attorney reject. They literally was fishing. She told them I was an entertainer in the public, but my other persona is dangerous.
Right.
And they told me, the police apologized. They said, we got to act on what we're told. Because if you had been who she said you were and you did something to her and the kids, then we would have been liable. So we apologized. But they said, you better get some help because that woman dangerous.
So they wasn't in on it.
Not all of them. Just one of them.
Okay.
Had orchestrated it.
The whole thing. Okay.
One of them orchestrated, but they were pawns. They didn't know. They just
know.
doing their job.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And so how I found out one of them was a part of it was I saw my daughter after it when the court allowed some visitation, and my daughter had a new doll, a new Barbie doll. And I said, baby girl, where you get that from? And she said, Officer Sanchez. And I said, Officer, who's that? Mommy's friend. And so I said, let me look up the arrest report. And I looked it up. Sure enough.
He was on there.
That name was on there. And so it's been corruption from the very beginning. Her attorney had me taken to a court where his friend was presiding. His friend, that's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So they automatically, even though there was no incident and the DA threw the case out and the city attorney threw the case out, this family court judge, who was his friend, said, I don't care what the DA says. She put a restraining order against me to stop me from going near my own house.
Wow.
So my wife could take the house.
Wow.
And that's what happened.
Oh,
and
my
from
God.
the very beginning, they were doing all kind of crooked stuff. And I'm still trying to sort it out 8 years later.
Do you know where they are, your children?
I don't.
You don't even know if they're in this country?
I don't know where they are.
Your story is so compelling. I understand you have a movie, a film.
I do.
Based on your story.
It's called Dad Speak.
You know what? I think we have a trailer. Let's check that out.
It's become clear to me that fatherhood is one of the most important pieces in the urban family.
What happens to a man in family court, when you walk into family court, you'll hear a lot of fathers saying this, I just want to see my kids. I just want to see my kids.
I didn't know where my daddy was. I didn't know what happened to my daddy. I've had children disclose to me, I know my dad has other kids and he sees them all the time, but he never sees me.
So I open my bedroom doors. Police are strategically placed in my home with guns telling me to walk down the stairs backwards. A lot of people think that it's always the man who is out in the game.
Don't hate the man more than you love your children.
Struggle forth, but struggle forth in love.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Yeah.
It's about a lot of fathers. You know, we did it because a lot of fathers are being kept from their children unlawfully.
Okay.
Separated from their children, unfortunately, through crooked lawyers.
Okay.
Crooked judges in some cases. If you watch a movie on Netflix called I believe it's called Divorce Corp, as in corporation,
Okay.
or Marriage Story. There's another one called Marriage Story.
Marriage Story.
It'll show you what happens when lawyers get involved.
Mm-hmm.
So for all married couples out there, I would truly suggest, if you're going to get a divorce, actually work it out with yourselves.
Okay.
Sit down and put your differences aside and stop that personal stuff.
Okay.
And literally divide your assets up, because all the lawyer's going to do is take it.
Wow.
Like, y'all gonna be broke when the lawyers
when they
get through
done
with y'all.
When they
promise
done.
you,
Yeah.
promise you. You could think I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it.
no, I
You'll
agree.
find out.
I know it's a contract with the government. That's what marriage is. A contract.
It's a contract with the government. It ain't about love. It's not in the best interest of the children. It's in the best interest of lining your pockets. If you go to family court, you're going to see a line of fathers that are literally saying, I just want to see my kids. I just want to see my kids. And child support is literally taking their license, stopping them from working and being mobile.
Yeah.
How can you provide for your children if your license is suspended?
And you can't work, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's a game.
This sounds like a plot bigger than, about a dad being absent. That sounds
Absolutely.
like, it sounds like a money grab.
It is. That's to keep you coming back to court, to filing this, to filing that, so that they can make money. Guess what? If none of us showed up to family court, how could they make money?
That's right.
You
That's
feel
right.
me?
That's right.
So if there's anybody out there who feel like I'm ready to get a divorce, sit down and discuss it with your partner and actually work it out and put your differences aside. Divide your little items up, whatever they are.
Okay.
Whatever your money situation is, handle it amongst yourselves and literally fill out the paperwork. Then the court won't be able to rob you of your assets.
So then
But
you just
they
take
want
it to
you
court
fight.
without getting attorneys involved.
Right.
Involved. You just take,
Right.
once you work it out, you take it to court.
Right. The court wants you to fight.
Okay.
You feel me? Me and my ex been fighting for 8 years.
Wow. Are you divorced?
Totally divorced.
Okay. 200
grand in, and God only knows how much she's in. And I got celebrity friends who they go, whatever?
Yeah.
I'm 2 million in.
What?
I'm $1 million in. Like, these are my celebrity friends.
That's crazy.
Like, going to
big
divorce
business.
court to fight.
Yeah.
And paying millions of dollars of their money to win what? When y'all could just sit down and say, you keep the kids on Saturday, I'll keep them Sunday, we'll split this up, we'll split that up. They want you to fight.
Will they try to make you get, like, if you take your documents to court and say, hey, we've already worked this out, we don't need a mediator, we already know what we're going to do, then what? Then
they're going to suggest, they're going to pull y'all apart.
and
And they're going to tell you, he doesn't have to see the kids if you don't want him to.
Damn.
And I've watched them do it, and I've intervened and said something about, see, that's crooked.
That's crazy.
One lady said, no, he can see the kids whenever he wants. They're his kids too. Why are you? No, I'm not going to sign that paper.
Right.
Because he was like, sign this paper. We'll get a restraining order.
God.
And then he can't see the kids. This will give you the upper hand in the divorce. That's why they give out restraining orders like a rubber stamp in family court.
That's crazy.
Once they put a restraining order on the men, you can't go back to your house. And people don't believe me. You cannot go to your own. My name was on the deed. Evan, you can't go back there.
That's crazy.
You feel me? And if your kids have been added to the restraining order, which they added my kids to the restraining order,
But
you
based
can't
on
go
what, though?
anywhere based on nothing.
Ugh.
I'd be glad to have anybody investigate my case. You'll see I've been totally done wrong, but I'm not the first black man in this country
That's
to
right.
be done wrong
That's
by
right.
by the system.
That's right.
I'm one of millions.
Yeah.
But if you pull my case,
Yeah.
Lionel versus Lionel, you'll say, wow. It's
That's
so much
bananas.
crooked stuff. It's stuff, they done stole stuff out of my file, the whole nine, to cover up the wrong that they've done. But I want to say, if the crooked attorney is watching, any of y'all that's crooked out there
That's right.
watching, I'm going to find a way to expose you.
That's right.
Y'all picked the wrong one.
That's right.
And yes, I'm still here.
And he's still here.
Yep,
And he's on
still
2020
here.
vision, baby.
Still
and
talking
And he's
about it.
focused.
Yes.
And he's focused for sure.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
if the crooked attorney is listening, yes. And even his own family called me. And he said, my brother's crooked. His brother called me. I could play the voicemail for you. His brother called me and said, my brother is crooked, and what he's doing is, I'm talking about the attorney.
The attorney's brother.
He called me up. His brother called me and said, my brother's crooked, and whatever he is doing, he's done it to his own family.
Oh,
He
my
even pulled the
God.
restraining order game on his brother to stop his brother, get his brother locked out the house. So when their mother was dying,
Oh, my God.
he could sign all the paperwork so his brother couldn't get a part of any of their mother's inheritance.
And that's the attorney she's hooked in with.
That's the attorney she's locked in with. But remember, I told you she was locked in with,
with
dirty
another
attorneys
attorney in the
from
first,
the beginning.
right? That's what I was going to ask you.
But I was asleep on it.
But is it this guy? Is he
Not
involved?
the same
Okay,
guy,
I was
but
just wondering.
maybe that guy suggested this
I thought
guy.
about it. I thought about it as soon as you said it. I said, well, you know, she was already messing with the
It's
little.
all coming together.
Yeah.
Maybe that guy suggested this guy.
Yeah. Well,
But
how old are your children now? How old are
my children are 11,
Uh-huh.
13, and 17. And I want to say to my children,
Yes.
please know that I love y'all.
Yes.
Please know your father has never abandoned
That's
you.
right.
I keep making videos like this.
Yes.
There is no child that I made while I was married and I chose that child over you. That's a lie if that's what you've been told. Your father's not in prison.
That's
If they
right.
told you that, I've never harmed your mother.
That's right.
There's no history, no record of that. All those is lies.
Yes.
Trust me when I say it, and I have all evidence to prove everything that I'm saying. I've kept all the paperwork.
That's right.
Trust and believe. If my children are listening,
Yes.
your father loves you. I've always taken care of you from the very beginning. I've fed you. I've clothed you. I'm the one that changed your diapers, fed you. I bought a breast pump for her to pump her milk, and then I would feed the babies while she was at work.
Yes.
I would take them to school. I would potty train. I was the one that did all of that, and my children know it, and your father loves you. I'm right here.
That's right. Say their names, Evan.
That's Mario, my 17-year-old,
All right.
and Victoria and Sophia is my youngest.
Shout out to Mario, Victoria, and Sophia. You heard it from your dad. He loves you. And
Yes.
You guys will be reunited. You will be reunited.
Yes, we will.
And that's your will, and it will be done.
Yes,
will be done.
and it is God's will. But and one of the one of my New York comedians just said, "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned."
Mm-hmm.
OC, please know that any woman that's listening, that is unacceptable to say that's your reason because you scorned.
Yeah.
You're gonna destroy your kid's life. You gonna lie on a man and try to destroy his life, take all his assets and try to leave him with nothing because you scorned because he don't want to be with you? That's unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Why can't a woman be rejected? Men take rejection every day. So hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Little bro, tell any woman you know that's unacceptable, especially when it comes to children.
I always tell all the young ladies that I know, and women, period, but definitely all the young ladies that I know, keeping the father away from the child only hurts the child.
Yeah.
And not only, obviously, the father gets hurt, but the one that gets hurt the most is the children. The father of my children was killed in 1997.
Wow.
So I was left with two little boys, and to raise two little boys.
Wow.
And for them not to see a father or see a man that looks like them. Even the looks, you'll be surprised. Even just to have them identify with another man in this world that actually looks like them, that affects them from a very mental standpoint. And I've dealt with a lot of heartache with my children, with my two boys, trying to raise them in a society without their father, and even getting married. And, you know, don't get me wrong, my husband is great. He's been a great father to my children, but even them not being able to still look at him and identify with him as, hey, you look like me, Dad. You know what I mean? And so it's the most heartbreaking story, and it affects them mentally. I mean, you know, from ADD to even PTSD, even arrested development. I've seen all those attributes in my children from their father being absent, but not because he decided just not to be there, but someone took his life. So my thought is, if your father is still here, I don't care if he messed up and, you know, wasn't around, or if you guys decided to break up and didn't like each other anymore. If he is here, allow them to have a relationship with their father. And I'm talking specifically about boys, but even girls too. You know, women, a lot of us have daddy issues, father issues, and we start looking for love in all the wrong places. We start looking for fathers. Sometimes you wonder, why is this young girl with this older man, like this man that just, like you said, she was 20 in her 20s and he was 20. 70, you know, daddy issues, whether it sounds like her dad was still around, but obviously
he had cut her off.
Yeah.
He had 100% cut her off. Yeah. And he had cut her off because he literally gave her a gold card. When foreigners come here with parents that have money, they come here with money.
Oh yeah, for
Don't
sure.
sleep.
Oh,
so
no.
as
They got some money over there in the Middle East, baby.
As a 20-year-old, she's got a gold card, limitless. You know, he's sending her cash. You know, 5,000 here, 3,000 there. And I found out the Deuce in Compton was coming up. They was on the come up. Of course
they was.
Some Latin dude I had to track down because he was on the come up. He told us some goofy story like, if I don't pay these dudes $3,000, they gonna break my legs. And she got money. She's new in the country. She a foreigner. Oh, they gonna break your legs. So she just giving money away. So I had to show up. Where's the dude at? Point him. I literally point him out. The one that got the $3,000 from you. So he saw me in the door looking, right? But I couldn't do nothing because it was in class. So when they let out, it's college, so it's big class. When I tell you he got out of there some kind of way where I couldn't find him and never came back to class again. Wow. But she was doing all of that kind of stuff. And please understand this. My children did have me in their lives in the beginning, and I was an excellent father to them. Of course. And everybody that would talk to me on the phone would hear my kids in the background. And when you would come to Weber's, my kids would have been there earlier with me for me to set up the room for all of y'all to sing. Because I would go set it up like a living room. You saw we had couches and how beautiful it was. That was me coming with my kids, doing their homework with them at the club, and setting up the room for y'all to come have the ambiance that we created to have the amazing shows we had. Even Prince came by that club.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Prince came
Tell
by.
me the Prince story. Just switch gears for just a second.
Just at that club that I would take my kids to, I'm on stage. It was Weber's.
Okay.
I'm on stage and I get a note passed to me on stage, and they keep bothering me. You gotta go outside. Somebody in the limo. I'm like, who the fuck? All right, I'm gonna get off stage and go see who this is. I go out front. It's a limo out front of Weber's, and you know that's in a little, small hole in the wall. I walk up to the limo thinking it's maybe Joe Torre playing because me and him was close. One of my comedian brothers, you know. Cat Williams. Cat also came by the club too. Window rolled down, Prince standing there. Oh Lord. Prince is sitting in the limo.
Oh, pretty man
Prince
himself.
sitting in the limo. Hair was feathered.
Oh my God.
He had the feathered joint.
Yes.
Okay.
I told hubby that's the only one I leave you for.
Well,
Prince.
you ain't got to worry
gotta worry about
the purple one now. And when I tell you, like, a lot of people try to act like Prince was feminine, there was nothing feminine about this man.
Yeah.
Like, you will see the makeup and all that, but he was still a man.
He was a thug.
Right. Because he said to me, so I'm all in a daze, like, sir? Do you feel? So Prince looked at me and he said, you funny. He said, we can't talk about what's real. I almost fainted.
Oh, my God.
I almost fainted. I got dizzy. I was dizzy.
Okay, so for those who's listening that don't know, I know most people know, but for those who are listening that doesn't know, we can't talk about what's real. That's Evan Lionel.
Yeah.
That's his tagline. His whole comedy is based off of being real. You have the unique gift
talking
to
about what's
talking
real.
about what's real, but
And this
making
is
it funny.
100% real.
Yes.
It's 100% real. So Prince looks at me and he says, hey, look, I'm gonna come in your club tonight. I was like, what? I done turned it. I'm all, you know what? You ever have a hard time breathing? What?
Your voice got high.
Exactly. Right? So he said, yeah. He said, yeah. I mean, deep voice. He was manly. Like, and he said, I don't want no cameras in my face.
Right.
I don't want nobody asking for my information. I don't want no shout outs from the stage.
Okay.
And I don't want you saying Prince is in the back. He said, I watch BET all the time. So when Prince was alive, to all my BET comics, he knew all of us.
Wow.
He watched all of us.
That's beautiful.
Like, and him and Bernie was real tight too. So that was another connection that he had. I'm sure him and Bernie would talk, you know. So
did Bernie call you big old head, big head?
Right.
Okay.
So
he's been saying that since you've been in the interview.
Right. So Prince said, I'm gonna come in. And he said, I might play. Now, can you imagine if you had been there and Prince said he go? So he showed me his white guitar.
Okay.
He said, I brought this with me.
Oh.
I said, what are you even doing around here? Like, what are you doing here?
Right.
He said, I'm at the studio in the area. So it must have been a studio in the area that Prince works at.
Okay.
So he came in. I snuck him in the back. Remember that back area? Like, it was a front door, and the back door was actually what we used as the front door.
And they kind of
they come in from the parking lot.
They, like right there, little area. They have the cigar. They be smoking cigars right there.
Right, that's the back.
Okay.
The front, actually, nobody paid attention to.
Okay.
It was two entrances. Nobody came through the front.
Okay.
Everybody used to always come through the parking lot because y'all would park in the back and come through the back. So y'all never paid attention to the front.
Okay.
Well, I walked Prince in the front door and set him right in VIP, right by the window. Just him, two women, and his limo driver. He didn't have no security with him or nothing. Prince sat and watched the show for 2 hours, watched everybody sing.
Wow.
Literally he was like, I like that girl. Because I would come back and say, Prince, y'all need something to drink? Y'all good? Oh, yeah, tell the bartender we want X, Y, and Z. He was super cool. I say, Prince, you think you might want to play? He was like, hell no. You hear that sound system? I wish I would. And you know the sound system. I was going through it every week with the sound system.
I already knew.
Because y'all was looking at me mad. I was like, hey. It ain't
What's going on, bro?
Exactly, with the sound system at Weber's, but I was doing my best. So he said, hell no. And he said, but I'm having a good time.
That's right.
He stayed 2 hours, and then when he was getting ready to go, he was like, I walked back. He was like, I'm getting ready to go. I said, all right, I'm going to walk you out. And him and the ladies got up. We walked out front. And I said, hey, Prince, you think I could get a picture? He said, I'd rather not. I was like, damn, Prince. Don't do this to me, man. Please.
No one's going to believe me.
Please. He got in the limo. He said, you know what? If I'm in the area next week, I'll come back by.
Aww.
And I didn't see him again until I went to Vegas.
Okay.
With Sinbad.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hanging out with Sinbad. Sinbad says, I want to take you somewhere with me.
Okay.
We head out. Remember 312? At the Rio. You didn't know Prince owned a club called 312 at the Rio.
Okay.
He had a club and
Okay.
he had the arena where he would do regular concerts.
Wow.
So Sinbad said, we getting ready to go see Prince. We're going to go holler at him.
Okay.
I was like, oh, well, I met Prince, so we cool. He was like, I know. So I obviously Prince checks before people come around him because Sinbad had checked with him.
Okay.
And was like, I got Evan. Oh, I know the kid. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So Sinbad says, we getting ready to go in this little small restaurant right here. and Prince is gonna come play. I was like, Prince ain't coming to play in here, man. Are you serious? And so we sitting in there. It was a little place like this, like little small room like this. And so we sitting at the table, and Prince supposed to like in the corner get on the little stage and play, but he doesn't show up. So I'm sitting there, and you know me, I'm impatient. We in Vegas, his honey's all out there. I was like, man, I'll be back. You the one married. I left out, right? I leave out. I'm gambling at the Rio. I come back. Prince finishing his last song.
Oh.
Literally looked at me and said, "Where were you?"
Right.
I was like, "Oh, damn, Prince, please, can you play? Don't do this, man, please." And he laughed and he said, "Y'all follow me." And he walked us into the arena. I kid you not.
Okay.
And started playing, and it was an arena full of people.
Wow.
And he was walking us through VIP, and Sinbad said, "Let's sit over here." Like already table area set up for us.
Yeah.
And Prince was playing, and he walked. We followed him, and then he walked down and walked up onto the stage and started his concert.
My God. That's beautiful.
Why?
How do these things just keep happening to you?
That's God.
It got you right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
You're
God,
right
and I've
about
been
it.
dedicated to entertainment most of my life.
Most of your life.
So
Well, congratulations on your life.
Yeah, that's the good side of
yeah.
it. The downside of it is what I'm dealing with my kids, and believe it or not, my life was sort of fairy tale-ish until I went through this.
To that moment.
So I guess I gotta have some sort of
yin
hardship.
and yang. That's all.
Yeah, I
It
guess
just
this
causes you to
this
want
a
more.
hard one though.
It causes you to want more.
Yeah, because before that, I was,
But you know what? The story is going to be so triumphant. It's not over yet. I can't wait for you to tell us the rest of the story, and it's not over yet. You're still writing it.
I'm doing my best to survive it. This is the hardest thing ever because we're in a pandemic, and I can't talk to my kids and know they're okay.
They're okay, but I know they're okay. They're okay.
I have to have strong faith in God.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine not being able to speak to your kids?
I couldn't even imagine it. It would definitely tear me apart. It would definitely.
How old
break
are
me
they
up.
now?
They
grown?
You gonna ask me that?
You don't want to know how old they are. These fools is 35.
Is Aziz on the line? I'm gonna bring Aziz in. Aziz is the CEO. He's my brother. He's the CEO of Drip the Mic Network, and I want to bring him in. I know he wants to add on or ask a question.
Okay.
Aziz, you there?
Is he there?
Okay.
We lost Aziz.
All right. Who else we got waiting on the line? Deidre.
Deidre? Can she hear us?
The number is 646-378-0355. Press 1 to be heard. Sounds like no one wants to be heard.
Deidre, you on there?
I'm on here.
Yeah, she's on there. There she is.
Was Aziz?
Hello, I'm here.
And okay.
Hey, Deidre, how you doing?
Hey, I'm
What's
doing
up?
good. How are you?
Good. She said, "I'm doing good. How are
my
you?"
Question, my question is, out of everything that you've done, everywhere you have been, touched the mic, blazed the mic, what is your next major project outside of the movie?
What's my next major project outside of Dad Speaks?
Yes.
Well, what I'm getting ready to do is actually do another hour special. And I actually, with that hour special, I want to do a 13 episode docu-series about what has happened in this situation. Those are my next two projects. And then I want to actually finish writing this movie on this story. And in my situation, it's so many people involved, and it's such a horrific story. I just got to finish writing it, but it's really painful and hard to write. I actually need assistance with the writing because it's too painful for me.
Wow. So any writers out there and producers out there, definitely, Evan Lionel is calling out for your help.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all all of us artists and creators, we have a lot to add on to this story. This is a great and amazing story, and I think if we all come together, we can bring this thing home and we can bring his children home to him. Yeah. Since I've known you for several years now, you've been fighting this fight. Yeah, you know, it's been near and dear to my heart as well, because I do believe that a father should be with his children, and children should be with their father.
Yes, if they're a good father, and they want to know the call-in number.
It's 646-378-0355. Press 1 to raise your hand to be heard. Again, that call-in number is 646-373. No, I'm sorry, 378-0355. 646-378-0355. I'm sorry, you guys. There's a lot going on. People are giving me notices and things like that. I say this number every Sunday. It's 646-378-0355. Press 1 to be heard. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can see the number right on the screen, and you can also chat with us online. We're taking your chats and your questions. You guys, we only got a few minutes left here. Let's get one more call in. Who is that who wants to call in?
That was Derek O.C. Reed, comedian out of Queens, New York. Shout out to him. Super funny. The bus driver of comedy. Super hilarious. He was going to perform at the Apollo, have a big show at the Apollo on the 2nd, but that's not going to happen now.
Okay. Do we have him on the line yet?
Is OC calling in? Let me say this before they call in. So a lot of people ask me, why aren't you seeing your children? Okay. And did they rule that you can't see your children? Well, what the judge did was something horrible. Okay. The judge, because he was corrupt, and it was a group of them corrupt. I've had people removed off the bench, the whole nine, like the corruption runs deep. But this last judge said we have to stick to the order of the last corrupt judge. And the last corrupt judge ordered that I see my kids in some sort of institution, like with cops and guns and stuff. And I said, why? I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. I don't have a reason for my kids to show up to an institution to see me. They can come see me at Panda Express. They can come see me anywhere. Yes. I'm a public figure. Why are you trying? That was the last order. I said, but the last order was corrupt. Why would you try to send me to an institution? So I speculated. I think what they've told my children is the reason I've been away from them is that I'm in prison or something, or I was in prison and guards have to be with me. They're trying to create a lie and have me fall prey to the lie. But I'm not stupid. First of all, why would I haven't seen my kids in a long time. Why would I go to some sort of institution to see my babies, my daughters and my son, and I'm not a criminal.
That's right.
This is where they send people who have bad criminals.
Right, yeah.
You know, they got to be protected.
Yeah.
The police got to be surrounding them.
And they want your babies to come there and see you there.
They want my babies to come to an institution like that to see me, like I'm one of those sorts of people. So all I can think is they've lied to my babies. And they want to continue to lie. So this is what her lawyer is trying to do, get me to go to some institution. In addition to that, it puts me and my kids in jeopardy. Yeah. Because suppose the people there are dirty too and corrupt too and start something and then a dangerous situation takes place.
Of course. And then they want them to see you in that light.
Exactly.
I think we got your brother on the line. What's his name?
OC, the bus driver, OC Reed.
What
Derek
up,
OC Reed. Where you at,
Welcome
man?
to 2020 Vision.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? I appreciate you taking my call. I just want to say a couple of things about Evan Lavelle. First of all, he's an amazing person.
Yes.
He's a big brother to me in his comedy game. And like I said, God got your back, big brother. Don't even worry about that.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. That is beautiful. And we know that to be the truth over here.
And like I said, big brother, keep doing your thing, man. And like I said, I'm going to see you at the top. And let me tell you a quick story about me and Evan. I met him in New York City. He came by. I've never heard of him, never seen him. I got 25 years in the comedy game. Now, I'm a high-energy comedian. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to burn that stage
90
down.
seconds.
Evan came behind me after I had an amazing set, and he took that comedy room through the roof. I said to myself, who the hell is Evan Lavelle? I've never heard this brother before.
That's what he do.
But we vibed. I showed him love. He came to my house. He stayed with me for an entire week, and we did the New York run, and we destroyed every stage we hit. So big shout-out to you, Evan Lavelle, for coming into my life. And you are my big brother, man.
All day,
Day
every
one, when I
day.
met you, I said, that's my big bro right there.
seconds.
All day, every day, OC. And when this thing clears up, we back on the grind, hitting it, man. What's the deal with the Apollo situation? Did they give you a new date?
Well, what happens, we're going to wait for this stuff to clear out because the show was already sold out. But unfortunately, because of this pandemic, quarantine thing, they had to cancel the show.
Okay.
But when Apollo's up and running, they're going to give me another date. So I'll be at the Apollo Theater in New York City between 7th and 8th Avenue in the heart of Manhattan, doing what I do, which is a bus driver in New York City, talking about these crazy people in the South Bronx.
That's right. Well, thanks for supporting me, man, and showing me love always. You know as much love, little bro. And I'll see you soon, man. Take care,
10
Pops.
seconds.
Oh, yeah, and make sure Mom's is okay, man. Make sure Mom's is okay.
I got her. You know that. All right, much love.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in the 2020 Vision. Stay focused.
All right. All right.
Bye. You know, we have gotten down to the last couple of minutes of the show. I knew this was going to be interesting. I knew that we were going to be talking. I said, man, this probably needs like 3 hours.
Yeah. We'll do a continuation. To be continued.
To be continued. Who's there? Who's that? Tina? Can she get in?
No.
Oh, Aziz.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Oh, I think we're both on the line, but I'm going to go ahead and let her go.
Who's on here?
Hello?
It's 2 people.
Who's saying hello?
Hi. Can you hear me? This is Tina.
Okay, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, listen. This question is for Mr. Lionel. I know that you have a father's rights page, or you had a petition. Can you tell us what's going on with that, and what you plan on doing with that petition?
The petition was designed to stop corruption in family court and get rid of corrupt attorneys in family court. And it is change.org, Evan Lionel, to stop corrupt attorney. And I mentioned Obama's name as well, not that he's corrupt or anything like that, but it was a letter to him to stop corrupt attorneys. And that's the petition, change.org, Evan Lionel, to stop corrupt attorneys. And the particular attorney, I don't want to say his name. I don't ever want to give him glory, but you can go to change.org, Evan Lionel, to stop corrupt attorneys. And it will come up. And there's a few thousand people who have signed and left amazing comments. And I would like to have millions of people sign because what I want to do is take it to Congress, and I literally want to get a law put on the books so that fathers cannot be divided from their children, that law against parental alienation, whether it be a father or a mother, but parents that actually lie to get the upper hand in custody and divorce, that they have to suffer the consequences of perjuring themselves, where it's automatic jail time. That's what needs to happen, and then people will stop lying in court. And that's said by Brian Banks himself in his book. He says they need to do an automatic mandatory, like you get mandatory time when you lie to destroy somebody's life. Shout out to Brian Banks. Great book, by the way. That woman tried to destroy your life and you endured, and you've been an inspiration to me.
I agree. I totally agree. You have any other questions,
and
Tina?
last question for those on Facebook. What is your social media handle?
My social media handle is Evan Lionel. I'm at Evan Lionel 2898 on IG, at Evan Lionel 2898. And Facebook is just my first and last name, Evan Lionel. I'm totally public. It's easy to find me, so it's EL Evan Lionel at EL Evan Lionel on IG, and Evan Lionel on Facebook. My name is in everything. You can Google me, Evan Lionel. I'm a public figure. It's easy to find out about me. I don't hide from nothing, and my name is my birth name. It's not a stage name. So it's easy to find Evan Lionel, whether it be at Evan Lionel 2898, Facebook Evan Lionel, or just Google Evan Lionel, and all sorts of stuff will come up.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Tina, for calling in. Thank you for joining
Tina.
the conversation.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling 2020 Vision. We have one more caller on the line. We're a couple of minutes over time, but we already knew this was going to happen. We got Evan Lionel in the studio. We knew it was going down. Aziz, you want to speak to the brother?
Yo. Well, of course I do. Well, first of all, it's an honor and a blessing to have you on the show. I just want
Thank
to
you,
say,
brother.
I back you, and I just hope that you're blessed in everything that you do from here moving forward. And I just appreciate what you are doing for us fathers who have children with the women that we are not with. So I just want to, and I don't necessarily have a question. I just want to tell you thank you for that and what an honor it is. And thank you for coming to Drip the Mic. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you guys for having me. I truly appreciate it. And I truly appreciate all y'all on IG and Facebook that's chiming in. I see all of y'all. Even see my folks from Chicago, my family. One of my cousins is on there who knows that my aunt is crazy and knows that I'm telling the truth about my mom, Herb Chapman, right there. But we love our family, and that's just my family. I love my mother. Anybody knows me knows that. You can go to my Facebook. You'll see all kind of wild videos of me and little beautiful mother on there, and mother is acting up in the videos. But she's doing well in Chicago. Her and my crazy aunt, they still doing their thing. Love to them. Jean, Joyce, and June.
Jean, Joyce, and June.
My
Shout
mom
out
is
to you.
Jean, and then Joyce and June, my two aunts.
Oh, Joyce and June, I know you guys keep it lit.
Oh, they do.
right, exactly.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Well, thank you, big brother, for chiming in with us. We came down to the last few minutes of the show. I would love to have you back, schedule in about a month or so when all this thing has panned out and when we're done with this healing that the world has to go through.
Yes.
And you're back out doing your thing and we back out doing our thing.
Yes.
I would love to have you come back. Right now, I want you to tell the people where they can see the film.
Okay, well, right now everything is on hold, but it has been picked up in a lot of film festivals.
Okay.
And the moment everything is back in action and they're not stopping public stuff, it was received well in the last film festival here.
Okay.
And it's selected for many film festivals. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Wonderful.
The director is Larita Shelby.
Okay.
Shout out to Larita Shelby.
Larita.
You know Larita? She was in the movie South Central. She co-starred with my good friend Glenn Plummer.
Okay.
She co-starred. She played his girlfriend.
All right.
Beautiful black lady like yourself.
All right.
Larita Shelby
Shout
is
out
the
to the
director.
beautiful black ladies like myself.
Yes. And she's also an author.
Okay,
of,
wonderful.
How she directed this movie and came to me with this was she had a book that she had written about her father, and she was kept away from her father, and it took her 40 years to find him.
Wow.
And after 2 years of spending time with him, he died.
Oh my
It took her 40 years to find him, but she did find him, and she is the director and executive producer of
Larita?
Dad Speaks. Larita Shelby, y'all.
Larita Shelby, shout out to you. Thank you so much.
And her book is called On My Father's Side.
On My Father's Side. You guys check that out. I'm sure it's on Amazon.
Yes,
and
it is on Amazon.
Okay, yeah.
And stop keeping fathers away from their children.
That's
Good
right.
fathers who want to be in their kids' life, you're hurting the children.
That's right.
I don't care how you feel about y'all broke up.
You're holding those babies.
Why destroy their life because you feeling hurt? That's silly.
It's the most heartbreaking story to watch a child feel like their father doesn't want them.
Right.
Or
And
any parent that didn't want them. That really breaks a child from the beginning.
I got a voicemail on my phone that I have kept from when I was separated from them the very beginning, and I'll play it for you.
Okay.
My kids saying, Dad, why don't you want us? And it breaks my heart to listen to that, but I keep it because I keep it as evidence.
Yes, that this is what she's poisoned their mind with.
Yes, I've never not wanted my kids.
I know it. I know it. The good news is the 17-year-old will be 18 soon, so he can come, search for you, and I'm sure he will. He knows that connection is strong. All that love, energy that you put out in this universe for them, they have to feel it. It permeates through their spirit. I guarantee you, they're coming for you. They're going to find you. You ain't going to have to find them. They're going to find you.
Well, my middle daughter, with her beautiful self, either she's so much like me and looks just like my little mother. So she looks like little mother, and she acts like little mother. So I imagine her mother is having a lot to deal with on that.
Oh, you all up and through that house, wherever they are. You all up and through that. She got to look at you every day. So believe me, she's going through something too. But those babies are going to find their father, and we're going to have a celebration. I can't wait. I can't
Amen.
wait
We'll have a big part. We'll have it at Unc's house with his crazy. I told you, you should have never. Like, man, shut up. Shout out to Stephen Williams. He's actually on Snowfall now.
Okay.
He's on Snowfall and Yellowstone with Kevin Costner.
Okay.
And he's also on Lock and Key.
Yeah.
And he's also in Birds of Prey, the movie.
Oh.
So
he's
shout
doing
out
the
to
thing.
Unc. He doing his thing.
Yes. Well, tell them where they can get a hold to you at.
All y'all have to do is go to Facebook, Evan Lionel, DM me, or you can at Evan Lionel 2898 on IG, Evan Lionel 2898 IG, or you can Google me and you can, it's easy to find me. I'm not hiding from anybody. I'm out here. So please get in contact with me.
And he's out here spitting love, life, and light. You guys, if you haven't seen him, you better see him. Review tape. Do what you got to do. Educate yourself. Everyone knows him, but now you in the know. You have been listening to 2020 Vision on Drip the Mic Network. My name is Amira the Songstress, and you can find me at IG at Amira the Songstress, Facebook at Amira the Songstress, Twitter at Amira the Songstress, and you can also Google me at Amira the Songstress. And remember, stay focused.
No regrets, no regrets, no regrets.
Let me fix my crown, baby. Like dominoes, yeah, it's going down. My feet off the ground, elevated. You feel my soul when you hear my sound. And I don't know why you're like a red light that don't ever change. And you should know why I'm merging to the other lane. I'm getting close, I'm up next, no regrets. Making hits is a reflex. I'm getting close, don't take a second to second guess. Riding high so you know I'm blessed. Oh yeah, I'm getting close. I'm up next, no regrets. Making hits is a reflex. I'm getting close. Don't take a second to second guess. Riding high so you know I'm blessed.
No regrets, no regrets, no regrets.
Ooh, I'm so tapped in, baby. Yeah, I'm turned on and tuned into that frequency. Bring love and light and healing in my energy. Hear a major difference in these minor melodies. And I don't know why you're familiar faces in strange places. They don't ever change. But you should know why I'm merging to the other lane. I'm getting close, I'm up next, no regrets. Making hits is a reflex. Oh yeah, I'm getting close. Don't take a second to second guess. Riding high so you know I'm blessed. Oh yeah, I'm getting close. I'm up next, no regrets. Making hits is a reflex. I'm getting close. Don't take a second to second guess. Riding high so you know I'm blessed. I came with the keys to the industry. I came with the keys to the industry. I came with the keys to the industry. Oh yeah, I'm built for this. Came with the keys to the industry. I came with the keys to the industry. I came with the keys to the industry. Oh yeah, I'm getting close. I'm up next, no regrets. Making hits is a reflex.